Yeah.
I will drop it just kind of at her feet and go,
Yep.
1 Deervil.
One what?
Deervil.
Dear.
Jesus Christ, Charlie.
Shit, he laughs.
You made a will save against laughter.
Yeah. It's like,
Greetings, adventurers. This is Have Dice Will Save. Thank you for joining us for the next episode of our Pathfinder 2nd Edition adventure. We are back again after taking a week off while I was off restarting the convention scene.
It's back, boys.
He's back.
Conventions are back.
For some values of back. It was a lot of fun though. So, I ran an excellent panel, which I'm planning to run again at ColossCon East in September. If anybody wants to come to beautiful the Pocono Mountains.
I've been there.
Pennsylvania. Yeah, but you weren't there while I was there.
you could be there
You could be there.
at the same time.
It's a different
but that's
experience.
that's a
Possibility.
shilling for another day. But I don't think we have anything else to go over today. So let us all take a deep breath. And here we go.
The not dying music.
So, you think I won't kill you during the peaceful music?
Thanks, Paul.
That's just good irony.
So, you talk to an apple salesman. It's a bugbear.
The apple or the salesman?
Yes.
It's a bugbear lugging a cart of bugbears.
The bugbear assassins, no one saw it coming.
Anyway, so last time on Have Dice Will Save, the party finally caught up to their devilish quarry just in time to watch Amelie get pushed through a portal
No.
to the realms of hell.
No.
But they successfully defeated the remaining bearded devils and drove the bone devil off before setting camp with one of their captured bearded devils. Unfortunately, while distracted by a small intruder, the bearded devil took the opportunity to escape, making use of his beard to cast Dimension Door, because that's a thing they can do.
We know that
Unfair.
now.
Unfair.
Just gonna murder them all next time.
No
Like I
surprises.
wanted to in the first place.
You can talk to a corpse.
But
Oh, that's where we were.
yes, but now you have a new half goblin, half gnome traveling companion ? Named Tom, who has decided that all of your names are also Tom.
We got a Tom.
He's on the to kill list with a question mark.
Maybe kill Tom?
As you head back toward Irsank. And just as we left off, Ivan, you were planning to cast a certain spell.
I was. Allow me to look up how this spell works, which I feel could be useful information.
Yes.
Probably not.
No.
Look, I didn't put all this shit here.
It
I
was
didn't say you
me.
put it there. I just said I'm going to blame you.
Actually, I did put some of that shit there.
This is an important
Didn't say it's your
distinction.
fault. I
Yes.
said I'm blaming you for it. Totally different statement.
This is-
Completely different. I actually did put some of that stuff there because I was trying to get it off of the table because there's a lot of stuff here on the table in front of me.
okay. 4th level spell, Talking Corpse.
A lot of completely necessary items
Yeah.
in front of us.
Like this manatee.
Which is not actually in the Corvo book. That's a,
No, because I believe it's gods and magic.
The manatee?
But yes,
The manatee is definitely
Yeah, the manatee
either
is
gods
bestiary
and or
for-
magic. It is one of those.
it's totally different. Okay, I will
So,
look it up.
the corpse makes a will save.
Okay.
It's going to be rather difficult.
I'm
It's
presumably
still got a
with,
will.
It's
presumably
dead.
with the will of
Yes,
whatever.
but you're talking to it. It is making a its shade is making a will save.
Okay, fine.
That is a 19.
That does not succeed.
I wouldn't think.
I guess I should listen to the arbiter of the rules.
So,
Probably.
it must answer
It's
truthfully.
possible I did read this spell after the last.
Yeah, so it has to answer truthfully, but is allowed to be cryptic.
Okay.
If it wants to be a dick.
Oh man, bearded devils. Why would they want that?
They never want to be dicks. Not
that
even
seems
a little.
unlikely.
Okay. So.
So
the-
as I cast this
as you-
spell,
you
and the
finish-
corpse kind of shudders and
Yes.
like,
its beard twitching first,
uh,
and then orange flaming eyes open, but the centers are oddly hollow as it turns just its head to face you.
we have 10 minutes to ask question. It cannot lie.
Is there anything we need to know from it?
where did they take the others? Perhaps any information we could relay
Why?
to
They
Shining
Plan
Man.
to do with others.
Why
Yeah.
did they take the others?
Does it know of other portals?
Okay, ask it.
I'm not
Who's
good at
the-
talking. You do talking. You always yell at us when we try to do talking.
All right, bearded corpse thing. What were you guys planning on doing with the beings that you took from here?
It stares at you for a good 10, 15 seconds before it speaks in this weird, grating voice.
Oh shit! Can we actually understand it?
Oh no!
It doesn't say it has to speak common.
Oh fuck!
So I will then go and just cast comprehend language.
I assume no one here happens to speak some infernal.
Not even a
Oh
little.
wait, actually, as it turns out, I don't.
You don't speak infernal, or you don't cast comprehend language.
I know I cast comprehend language. Yeah.
He now speaks
Concentration
infernal.
spells aren't a fucking thing.
Okay.
This isn't 5th edition.
Let me see if I have anything that will help with that, because this character does not speak infernal.
So upon hearing like the
The character
horrible
I played in
guttering
the community
guttural
game speaks
awfulness.
How long does it
Emily
take to
just
cast?
And it's like I
comprehend language?
translate. Ask again.
What were you planning on doing with the beings that you take from here?
infernal. Okay, no.
Make an anchor.
It said it wants to make anchor.
Okay, so that's kind of what Pasha was saying of using
The
beings.
similar to make permanent portal.
Do they need
who
to be
was
alive?
coordinating this assault?
My superiors.
Of course.
Helpful. Who are your superiors?
More devils.
What kind of devils?
Fury devils.
Is that a devil that you know of?
I can do research.
Would Tessie realize that it was an Arrhenius
Yes,
based
the
on her roll?
Arrhenius is a Furious.
So, the Arrhenius.
Okay, so there's more of those. Do they have superiors?
Yes.
Who are they?
Older devils.
What kind of older devils?
We're really pulling teeth here. We're really pulling beard hairs. It's just like name, rank, security number.
I want to walk into hell, and I want to know the name of every devil I come across.
Is Emily demanding to speak to his manager?
Yeah, pretty much.
She very much is.
She's trying to figure out what Pasha has to fight. Is it what she's trying to figure out? Okay. On the other side of where this was, is there a stronghold that you guys were heading to?
You see him physically try to resist answering this question.
So, yes. Apparently, yes.
No.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Oh. No, with caveat.
Were you
Where were you going?
meeting reinforcements?
Home.
Where's home?
Hell.
Where in hell? What kind of structure?
The flat kind.
Fuck you.
Were you planning on meeting reinforcements on the other side?
Yes.
Could you give me some scale of the reinforcements you are going to be encountering?
Yes.
Too polite. Give me a list of enemy
Numbers.
troops. I need the
Numbers,
numbers. Picking up head, shaking it.
The head like flops bonelessly as you shake it.
Is not actually alive. Just answer a question.
Still be dick about it.
Duh.
How many?
Swear to God.
1 legion.
Of your power or greater?
Greater.
Of the Fury's power or greater?
No.
So less than. Or equal to.
Will monks be kept alive? Are they needed alive?
For a while.
How long is a while?
That's not my decision.
What would you guess would be decided?
Days. Months. Millennia for some, maybe.
What makes decision? What is decision based on?
If they're useful.
What would make them useful?
That's not my decision.
Question. How do you kill Bone Devil?
You don't.
You just need to stab it more.
It looked fairly
Next
close to
time we
injured.
stab more.
Well, correct. But how do you hurt Bone Devil?
The same way you hurt anything.
Like I say,
Stab
stab,
it more?
Kick.
It does. It cannot feel. It's not really alive.
Is for me.
That's
Tom
fair.
sitting there on the sidelines like, oh yeah, get him again.
Okay, sneak thief. This one for you. Kick.
Yeah. the corpse just like slips back a little more.
Continue. And Gresh walks away at this point.
Is there anything that would be tactically advantageous to know? We know they're going to be in a
No.
flatlands. We know they're going to have one
General
legion.
idea of troop numbers and general idea of strength. We do not know how far away from Portal would be traveled.
To what?
What distance would the prisoners be taken?
To your rendezvous.
Miles.
How many miles?
I didn't measure.
How long of time were you walking before going to Portal?
2 days.
Okay, 2 days march away.
Well, that's if they're coming from the same place that they're leaving. If it's a flatlands.
It's better than nothing. And presumably have forward base something, march from there to Portal, take from Portal back there.
Do you have any form of bulwark or fortress
Yes.
at your location? So they do have embattlements.
And that is where the monks will be?
He answered before you finished the question. On that.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, do you have them? Yes. At the portal?
Is that where monks will be?
They will end up at a fortress.
How long will it take before they end up at Fortress?
2 days.
I didn't
So
say
they-
it was at the portal. I just said in general that they have
Yeah.
one.
yeah. Yeah. Well, this sounds promising. Perhaps your friend catch them in transit.
Perhaps.
But either way, that'll be valuable information.
Of course.
Spill only lasts 10 minutes. Do we have any other question we wish to ask?
Does your face hurt?
No.
It doesn't does not have
What?
nerve endings. Still
still
cannot
dead.
be still dead.
Still.
It's
What
still
interest-
just talk.
What interest does your plane have in this plane of existence?
Food.
The same interest it has anywhere else.
What interest is that?
Mortals.
For what purpose?
For corrupting and feeding.
Ooh,
So not exactly helpful.
gross.
Okay then. All right, that's all I can think of at the moment. Bodies for Marta.
Mm-hmm.
Right about then, I've been actually watching the time, the spell expires and the eyes fade out from their glowing orange, and then the head just kind of like slumps lifelessly back to the ground.
I'm gonna give him one more kick for good measure.
It's a corpse now.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a corpse before, but it's more corpse
More
now.
corpse now.
More corpse.
Extra corpse.
And the beard gives a final twitch.
No.
The beard's
Cut its
still
beard
alive.
off.
Kill it.
I want to surgically transplant a devil beard onto my face.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
We'll be making hourly fortitude saves from here on out. And then come the will saves.
How do they make more bearded devils?
The
It's the
beard, it
beard.
spreads.
First you get a beard.
Yep.
That's what this is actually.
Yes, yes.
It's in
In
disguise.
development.
Well,
Yeah.
do you wish to contact your friend now, or perhaps along the way? I do not know what your ritual entails.
It's
It takes an hour.
long and obnoxious and don't want to do. I'm tired. But probably should do before we leave.
It's good information for him to have. It's
The-
our best chance of getting
I
Ollie
know.
back.
But it's an hour of like weird sitting and
It's an hour that could potentially save your friend's life.
I know I'm doing it. I'm going to bitch about doing it. It's obnoxious. Ritual should be like spell. Go off, boom, like that. It's much better. It's like, and he
Get a
starts to
wand
like
of cast
he
Pasha.
starts to like set up the things while grumbling to himself and periodically taking swigs out of his ale mug.
Okay, so you spend the hour setting up the ritual to contact Pasha again.
And
Demons
And-
headed to Fortress.
Emily needs you to help with speaky parts.
Yeah, I'm writing it out now because we only get 25 words.
Well, it's a good idea. But I mean, in set up ritual as well. So, I'll let you know when.
2 days march.
I'll make my religion check.
5, 6, 7.
That's I think a good roll, but it's on top of a thing. Is that cocked even though there's a face up? Or
No, it's fine.
okay.
1 Legion.
30 plus. So, made my religion check.
I think you
What are they called? Irins?
Irenaeus.
Irenaeus.
Arrhenius.
I should have asked what the highest known threat they had was.
Pasha will probably know anyway. Seem to have more information about that area than we do.
As long as any additional information can be
3,
helpful
4,
in
5,
these
6,
things.
7, 8,
The-
9, 10.
It's good to know one's enemy.
If these things always used to be legend. It was not supposed to be real. Other planes, other existence.
Oh, yeah, this is not. I don't know. I have no.
Most
not-
legends and fairy tales are at least based somewhat in reality. However, tangentially.
This does not seem tangential, though.
Well,
It's
the
concerning.
gods came from somewhere. I'm not saying the gods came from hell. Okay, that
they-
was open to
It's
misinterpretation.
different. Gods
My
did
cunning
not.
plan ruined.
Gods made world. They did not come from different world. There was no different world.
Did your friend
Anyway,
Pasha not say
if
there
you
were?
can do help with setup slightly, you need some chanting. If you can make the diplomacy check for the ritual.
Somebody look this over. See if that's adequate
It's like
information.
you hand it to Gresh. Gresh hands it to Tessie.
Demons
Make a- you need to make a roll.
fortress,
Okay.
2 days
Diplomacy check.
Diplomacy?
over
Yep.
plains,
Rituals need 2 checks.
Some don't. Most,
Some don't.
some need 3 checks.
Yes,
Rip.
Are we gonna be?
4 anchors. Looks good.
You have seal of
That is
approval.
20.
20?
They'll be walking for 2 days. Maybe you might want to mention something about that.
2 days march from
Oh,
the portal.
you
over
did
the
mention
plains.
that.
You said you were a total of 20?
Yes.
And you were something like 30 plus.
30 plus.
Okay.
32, I think.
Yes. So the
Or
secondary check, you are a little distracted, still trying to get the wording right, and you miss a couple of steps, but Ivan manages to pick it up.
Amelie's not so great at the ritual casting, as demonstrated for the second time.
very good talker, very poor chanter.
It's so structured.
I don't like either, but it works.
And you feel the ritual take hold, and you have your 25 words to Pasha.
Okay. I just passed you the note.
Okay, should we
Or I guess I could just
active
read it out loud.
Say words.
Demons headed to Fortress. 2 days march from portal over the plains. 1 legion. Highest known threat is Irenaeus. Monks needed for anchor. It's 21 words.
Okay. You can tell that the spell worked, and after a few seconds, you hear Pasha's voice say, "Good, I have a force assembled. We should be adequate. Contact me again in." It took you. This is about a day after the first message, so
Yeah.
in a day.
Can I tag on the last another 3 words since we had
Sure.
space. Information source hostile.
And I'm going to tag on for the last 2 words.
Oh, you only got 1. It was 21 and then 3.
Oh.
You get 1.
You get
Uh,
one.
one word.
You get
Any word.
one.
You
Choose
had
wisely.
1 shot.
Nah,
Do
I
not
needed
miss your
the
chance
2.
to blow.
You can turn it into a
It's-
compound word.
It's the final word will just be "Do svidania." Man, 2 words would have been perfect.
What would 2 have been?
Because, see, it's just normal to say bye. But if you say bye-bye, now it's way better.
Bye-bye is a conjunction, though.
Yeah, it's hyphenated.
Yeah, it's got
Oh.
that
Yeah,
hyphen in
you
it.
can say
Excellent.
bye-bye.
Then the last word is bye-bye.
So with that in mind, just say like, yes, goodbye.
Were we doing this the night before we set up camp, or was this in the morning following?
I believe
Because
it
I
was in-
just literally can't remember.
I believe it was in the morning following because you had to get a spell.
Yeah, because he had to prepare.
I had to all
time
the
for it.
these
Gotcha,
spells that I
gotcha,
was
gotcha.
casting. Yeah, are the morning after.
Okay. Well, with that out of the way, we're still good to get there before midday. I think we
Duh.
traveled like a day, and it was like a day and a half away.
Yeah, about
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Yes. So, if you will, follow me. It's like 30.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
You set off again along fairly familiar tracks now. You've been this far north fairly regularly. And you know the way to Irsank from most points of this general region. And now that you're not actually like tracking anything,
Yeah, it's just like, oh yes, we go this way.
Yeah.
We go that way. This is trailing path. Very, very well used. Very safe.
but you do know the good paths, so it's what allows you to keep up with that timetable pretty easily, even moving through the denser parts of the evergreen forest.
Yes.
As you travel through the day, the sun comes up overhead, but it's troublesome for the light to get to you at the lower angle that the sun is at now that the winter has taken hold. So there's a chill as you, for everyone that isn't Ivan, as you travel through the forest. Before you get very far, there are points where you can even see a little bit of frost that is gathered through the night that hasn't quite melted off yet on some of the pine needles on some of the trees. But it's not unpleasant. The soaking rain, thankfully, did not last the night.
Why can't we ever go someplace warm?
Is fine.
This is plenty warm.
Just switch to heavy traveling clothes. This was last hunt in light wear. It's time for a heavy coat.
Probably have to wear shoes soon.
Digs through bag. It's like, nope, that's light. Silk. Nope. 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 Nope.
You should probably buy cold weather clothes.
Yes. In
I haven't ever had to deal with cold weather clothes.
Welcome to Skortal. Skortal in winter, not as bad as Skyvuskal, but it get chilly. In any case, we go to Irsank now. It's a good place for buying.
So you spend into the early afternoon along these now fairly well-trod paths. And you're going straight to your sink?
Yeah.
Okay.
No deviations.
No deviation.
Before, we must inform, I must inform clan leaders it is duty. You are welcome to come along as witness and also probably get some kind of commendation or something for your assistance in this matter.
I would at least like to accompany to see the process if possible.
Yes, well, it's a very short process. I walk in, I tell them, I leave.
Well,
That's more simple than I would have thought.
Yes, no, you might want to stay behind after the fact, but it has nothing to do with me.
Well, it'd be interesting if nothing else. It's worth doing.
Of course, they must know.
So, you make it to the kind of greater Earsank region by early afternoon. You can see the properly packed down paths now that form into the road up to the city.
Yep.
And you start to see the distant shapes of the lookout scouts, just people out in the woods.
I will,
Other hunters.
Give hunting signs to be like, coming back from hunt, don't attack us. We are not brigands or bandits.
Most of them seem to recognize one or more members of the party anyway. More you, but a fair amount the others who have been around Earsank with fair regularity.
Totally a brigand, not at all a bandit.
There
I
is a
see.
distinction.
I see you all have been making name for yourself in your sink. Is good.
It's what it is.
People like to watch the Northerners, I guess. Or Southerners in your case. Easterners?
Outsiders. It encapsulate everything.
Yeah, but that comes with a negative connotation.
No, it doesn't. You are outside. From outside. Outsider.
I think that's a cultural difference.
You get used to it.
Cadian mentality. Outsiders, definitely
Definitely.
negative
It's
connotation.
like you walk in, there's just like outsider, and you're like, yeah, not from here.
Yeah, problematic.
Ale. Give. Ale. Do we want to stop at Marta first? Deliver quarry?
Is
Yeah,
kind of
devil
heavy.
corpses probably aren't
So,
Let's-
fun question.
something to drag through town too long.
How good of an idea is it just to drag a corpse right up to Martha's chair in the middle of everything?
That is her choice. She did not say where to bring.
She did instruct us to bring her devil corpses.
Of course.
I like this line of thinking.
She
She want to
also
play tricks on us. We play tricks back.
she also runs the gladiatorial ring, so it is not outside the line of possibility that she might have given us some sort of weird ass task for fun,
Also, she
having
got.
nothing to do with being a god.
She can fix it.
So it might not break her cover. I don't know, whatever. Let's just bring her the damn corpses.
I think you're overthinking things. She asked for corpse, we bring her corpses. Not first time I've done.
Okay, Ivan's an assassin. Good to know.
Come to Squirtile. Stay for corpses.
Usually not corpses I've killed.
Remember the Garden of the Slain?
Well, those were corpses I killed.
That's battle. That's
It's
different.
See?
But it still involves dragging corpses through town.
Look what you made me do. Now I have to agree with Emily.
It still involves dragging corpses through town to an odd place to place a
That
corpse.
has to do with honor, though. That is different.
I know. The end result is different. Whatever. Let's just give Marta the damn corpses.
All right, so I guess we're dragging corpses through the town.
Your cart of corpses.
Yeah.
Look,
Our
we
hunting
found
sleds of
body
corpses.
parts.
They don't even have
Oh
wheels.
man.
How many corpses did you end up with? You had the one you talked to.
Yeah.
And then I think
We
had
had we had a
two
head.
others.
We had
We
a
had a couple.
severed head.
We did have a severed head. One of them
Yes.
was we just took the head.
Right.
Yeah, I'm keeping that one for the clan leaders
Okay.
Okay.
as evidence to be, so we're not just being like, yeah, there were demons. Trust me.
Yeah, look at this shit.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you had, so you had the head. You had 2 intact corpses plus the one that got away, correct?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And a couple bits and pieces.
Yeah.
I think we did have a couple of, yeah.
We have some bone devil spines that I am keeping so we can hunt that fucker down. That is the goal.
Okay. So you wander through the gates of your sank, dragging your hunting sled full of devil corpses.
Mm-hmm.
You get
Not food this time.
some looks from the guards.
Yeah.
You don't want to eat these.
Thank you.
Still have not prepared silence spell. Regret every time.
So,
your skill feat triggers.
Oh your detailed watch is appreciated, but this is part of a what was the blood hunt?
Vervada Sad.
Avadasad.
Yes. We come to present the blood to the clients.
Do you have like an anti-Tessie skill feat?
I do.
She
now.
literally, she literally got an anti-testing skill feat.
It's
I think
from
she
the,
bought it for Amelie. But
it's literally a dandy dedication thing that lets you. I don't remember what it's
It's
called.
called
I have it
flattery.
somewhere.
If your
Like,
teammates,
Oh,
if
I
your
remember
teammates
that.
fuck up,
Distracting flattery.
they can
Yeah.
make up for it.
I remember
Yes.
that, seeing that.
Yeah.
Basically, if their attitude would go down, you can make it so it doesn't go
You're
down.
just like, oh my god, your blade, it's so shiny, Mr. Gleaming Blade Marshal Man. We are not criminals.
so I think you get a diplomacy check to do that.
Your watch is so good, and wow, Emmeline's just not doing well
as
today.
good as your rolls.
That's gonna be a 21.
He's still distracted. But it's-
He looks over at you and kind of like only rolls his eyes a little bit. You
Yeah.
feel like you've reduced some of the damage that
But-
might have been done.
Better than a critical failure. Your
Yes.
attempts make things worse.
just buy him drink later. It all be fine.
Okay.
But he lets you all by through the tall, sturdy wooden gate of your sank and onward into the fairly busy street of the city. There's quite a few people who have come in for supplies as the winter is drawing closer, and there's a fair number of people who kind of migrate into your sank for the winter, and farmhands and things like that.
Yes.
So there's more people here than you three would have seen them on your time in the city before, but there's a fair amount of activity for this time of year.
I do not like being in the city in the winter. It's too crowded.
Just means more people.
Cities in the winter are the best.
Caverns are louder. It's
This is
better.
like- I generally tend to agree with Tessie, but not with that face. Let's seize the predatory performer.
Let's
gaze.
keep going to Martha.
Yes. This
Find
is
Martha.
a very good idea.
Okay.
Push open doors. Just.
But no,
Oh
no,
no,
no.
she's outside.
Oh
Like
yeah,
her-
that's right. I forget
yeah,
her
her-
chair's
Everybody's
outside.
Everybody
crowded
is
together and bored
outdoors.
as hells.
I guess that would be beneficial to your.
Uh,
That's fair. Make your coin.
as we approach the arena, Ivan just goes, Martha, we have present for you.
you see that there is a match in progress in the ring between some small two-man teams, none of which you recognize immediately, and there's a small crowd, but it seems more like it's basically some people
Some like warming up.
yes
the
spending
provisional
time-
match.
yeah
It's the provisional match.
exactly
Yeah.
But Marta is sitting in her chair, though all of you see her as the dark gray skinned spider silk shod figure that you saw in her temple. Apparently, She lowered the glamour for you.
Just us.
Can we tell that other people don't see her that way or anything?
Nobody is staring at her. So either they always saw her this way and she was just having a glamour for you, or
She was screwing with just us.
I mean, you know,
and also Grash.
Yeah.
It's either she was screwing.
Brett, by the way, arms crossed. He is like just not having it. 'Cause he's just like, yes, the Vervadasat is over. Now it is time to deal with this.
Take your pick. It's either she was screwing with just us then, or she is screwing with just us now.
At
Either
least
way.
one of those things is
Yes.
true.
Either way,
Possibly more than one.
She's screwing with us, and I don't like it.
we have presents for you.
Oh, good. Well, bring it over.
Sledge.
I pick one up off the sled.
As you go to pick it up, you find a deer corpse.
I pick it up off the sled.
People can make a perception check if you want.
Yeah.
I will drop it just kind of at her feet and go,
Yep.
one Deerville.
One what?
Deerville.
Deer.
Jesus Christ, Charlie.
Shit, he laughs.
You made a will save against laughter.
Yeah. It's like,
29 perception.
You think you saw a hand twitch just before
Yes,
Ivan went
Deervils.
to pick up the corpse. She does laugh at that.
There was only a slight hesitation when you noticed it was a deer.
Oh, good. This will be fine.
Excellent.
your stone was left somewhere
Oh,
discreetly.
yes.
Duh.
You did not bring it?
We figured it was best to provide as gift for others. It has nice sign, says Cursed Rock.
It will be their own folly.
That is good.
I think if someone sees
Someone will
sign,
definitely pick it up.
if someone sees sign with Cursed Rock pointing right at Rock, inevitably will
Yes.
be taken. It's
Yeah,
always
no, that tracks. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that is good.
There
and
are
then they will deserve it.
again,
Yes.
again.
No,
Not like people that steal things from ancient temples.
no, they do not.
There is another matter that I would like to discuss with you.
Oh, what is that?
He shows some of the bone quills.
Oh,
I want to hunt this down. I fear this may be beyond normal capabilities.
to hunt it or to kill it?
Yes.
Again,
I think we can kill if it is alone.
we got close. Yes, we got close. But
If we know
You
we're
s-
fighting this, I can be much better.
is good. But we need the finding the teleport.
Oh, I can
I
stop. I can stop that for.
I hate the teleport. So, if you wish to bargain, this is something that I may require.
I'm sure we can come up with something.
Again. But first, we must report.
Okay. Well, you do that. I'll be here. Let me know.
We'll just leave these to you then.
They will be delicious. I'm joking. No.
He's like,
Nope.
As you leave, Marta with a pair of transfigured or possibly just illusions devil corpses.
okay. So, now we go to the clans. We see who is in, we inform them. Then they will decide what to do, and perhaps there will be some reward for you all for assisting. You are outsiders, you do not have to do this thing, but you did. It is appreciated.
Did she change what the head looks like?
Oh,
we're ta- we're
Have
taking
the
the
head obvious.
no. It
Okay,
was
it was
in a
you
sack.
had it in a bag.
then no.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
I didn't know if it was
That would have
visible or not.
sucked.
It would be
We would have
great.
been like, oh yeah, this is a deer head.
Sorry, the
So
god that runs the arena
impressive.
fucked with us.
Excuse us a moment.
Yeah. Marta! Put it back! Okay.
I feel like there's a sitcom somewhere.
Yeah.
Like,
We're rapidly heading in that direction.
maybe like an 80s Saturday morning cartoon.
We basically are an 80s
I
Saturday
definitely
morning
want
cartoon.
a 90s sitcom except it's a D&D adventuring party.
Gronk, stop crushing the goblins! It's so hard to get out of the carpet.
But Gronk like crush.
Do outside in crushing area. On the
Designated
grass.
crushing zone.
Oh god.
I feel like Martha's Arena has one of those.
A designated crushing area.
You must feed the plants.
We go to the center of town,
Excellent.
where that their government building is.
Government building.
Yes, that their government building that's
Yes.
probably like a cool tent or something.
No, it's a nice hall.
Oh, nice.
It's
Sick, sick,
got
sick.
the same kind of like pseudo Gothic but wooden construction that most of your Sank has. It's one of the oldest buildings. It was one of the first built, but only like its lower level was built first. So it's got kind of a stone foundation and then a level of old construction, and then it's expanded upward and slightly outward over time. But yes, this is where, when meetings of the Council of Elders and Chieftains happens, that's where it is.
Yes.
And any of them that happen to be in town generally end up there.
Again. So, we'll walk up to the guard. I will approach the guard and say, we bring word from Tokdamir. There was an incursion. Many have been slain. I declared Vervadasat. We come to bear reports. Who is in?
Right now, only Oric.
Which clan is that from?
That would be yours.
Ah, Oric. Okay. May we enter?
Yes.
Kosno. Come with me.
You get
Follows.
some slightly side-eyed glances from this guard, who is less used to seeing outside peoples coming through.
Yes.
Especially one covered in martial symbols.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, because Emmeline had spent a lot of time trying to like persuade her way into the political side of Skortal during the thing. Would she have been in here at all, or is that?
If you wanted to be, you probably could have maneuvered your way to, observing a meeting or something.
Okay.
If that was a goal. It's not that they're like hyper private or anything.
I was just curious to figure out like how protective they were of this.
Yeah, they're not terribly. Occasionally there will be sort of closed door meetings, but in general they're pretty open about the day-to-day proceedings, or rather like, quarterly to quarterly proceedings of the council.
It's just like, these are the cities that need food.
Yep.
Send food to them. These are the cities that have extra supplies.
There's quite a bit of activity around the time that Cadia retreated back behind its borders.
That's weird.
Yeah.
We better talk about that.
Yeah, like, okay, where are we going to establish our, like, camps? Where we, like, all that kind of shit.
What are we
Take
going
it-
to do about that city that we used to own and now we get to own again?
Yeah. So, yes, I will proceed to my cousin.
Gonna let Gresh take the lead on these ones.
You go inside the large wooden structure, and inside are like half semi-covered braziers lighting the interior. They're semi-covered because they're inside a wooden structure. So it's a little bit dim inside, but not oppressively so. There are a few people about, some that appeared to be just like conversing, and a few that seemed to be moving from place to place, probably general functionaries.
I think our entire party has low light vision at least, so
Yeah.
Not me.
It's
No?
very comfortable.
Didn't you switch
in here.
to?
Oh wait, yes I did.
Yeah.
Lies. Lies.
Liar.
Know your sheet.
Fire. Don't stand too close to the brazier or your pants will be on fire.
But you haven't been in here a lot, but you've
Yeah.
been in here enough to know where to go.
Yeah. So I'll go to
so-
like the audience chamber.
Yes.
And hope he's in there.
So you initially go through a set of doors into the kind of council's chamber, which is set up as a sort of rough octagon, with the councilors' seats at one end and sort of audience seating on
You're
all
like
of the sides, and then there's
side stack.
2 rows of seating down on the central floor, designed for whoever needs to talk to the council, as opposed to the people who are just watching the council getting talked to. But it appears to be mostly empty, outside of a few more functionaries and that sort of thing. You do know that there are offices behind the chamber that are often used by counselors who are in town.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah. If he's not out here, then I will speak to the guard or whoever I need to get back there, just
Okay.
to be, or talk to the guard to have him fetch the person I need. Whatever
Sure.
would be appropriate for this situation.
Yeah, you do see a guard along the back door back into the offices. He's a tall, very solidly built orcish man. And you all get the once over. He's holding like a great maul.
Yeah.
And it twitches slightly when he sees Ivan's armor, but otherwise he remains stoically in place.
Greetings. I must speak with my cousin. This is official business.
I would let him know.
Cosno.
And he glances at all of you in a don't make trouble kind of way,
Yes.
and then steps back through the door.
Come, we sit, and I guide us to the petitioners' chairs.
It about
Sitting in the waiting room, listening to the elevator music.
Yep.
I feel like with your armor, it just constantly triggers the
Yeah.
distracting flattery. Just constant triggers.
that's the thing. It only triggers when someoe's behavior makes it lower, not when their clothing does.
Not when their mere existence.
Yeah. But it takes 5 or 10 minutes, which you suspect may or may not be like intentionally keeping you waiting slightly longer than is necessary. But
It was what's his name specifically?
Auric.
Auric. Okay.
Auric.
Yes, Auric. He is current clan representative for my clan.
And your cousin,
Yes, we do not get along.
Great.
Is fine. This is professional setting. He is good representative. We just don't like each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It's good that I spend most time out of town.
So
Fortunately, I get along very well with career politicians.
I'm sure.
I disbelieve that.
I just believe you getting along with anyone well.
It depends on who you ask.
I feel like everybody we've asked has come to the same
You
conclusion.
haven't asked me. I get along with them very well.
I
think
didn't
your
need to
opinion
ask
is
you.
biased.
I hadn't asked this while we were traveling. Things were busy, but which clan are you from?
Clan Medvevar, bear blood in common tongue, is we're decent sized clan. Not biggest, not smallest, but
Are you guys centered mostly around in the center?
Yes, we're predominantly from Earsank, although there have been some in what used to be the northern town. Perhaps, maybe some will return there now that it is back, but it is unknown.
Slight guilt.
Yeah.
You only drove my family from their home. It's fine.
No hard feelings.
That's how the Kenya do.
Greetings, cousin, and I bow
Yes.
respectfully.
Yes, out from the back chambers finally steps. Not quite as big as Gresh, but a fairly tall figure comparatively. His skin is slightly more gray in tone than Gresh's, but he bears actually a reasonable resemblance. He's a little bit younger by maybe a decade or so.
Yeah.
But he has a few prominent scars. He spent his time on the northern borders. But now he is dressed in well-made but not gaudy attire. A leather tunic that looks more stylish than functional. It probably would not do a great deal against weaponry, but it looks nice. And then sort of warm clothing underneath in darker browns.
I'll make whatever it would be the appropriate greeting at that time for this area.
And he looks between you all before settling back on Gresh. Hello, cousin. What can I do for you?
I bring news from Tokdamir. There was an incursion.
Our scouts saw your sign.
Yes.
We thought it was you.
This is difficult to say. He pulls out the demon head. This was not devil head. Sorry, yes. The
Believe it.
devil head.
They look almost exactly the same, but they're totally different.
This one has a beard.
Yes.
It seems that
Demons, as you know, dislike
Dislike-
facial hair of any kind.
yes. It seems like Gedia is not only worry these days, and he pulls out the devil head.
What is it?
It is a devil, a bearded devil. A scouting party. They have attacked the Tokdamir monastery, slaying all but 4 monks, who they then whisked away to their plane. We followed. We failed to recover them, but we took down a number. It appears that the monks also took down a number. Their numbers were severely limited.
Then you have carried out Vervagestat.
Indeed.
It is good.
It is. It could have been better, but it is what it is. There is, however, and he produces the quills, a threat remains. One of the devilish superiors escaped. I will hunt him down if this is deemed necessary.
Tessie will pull out her journal, flip open to the page where she drew the bone devil, and just
He
hold
looks
it up.
over like he hadn't even noticed you at first. I see.
Bone devil.
These adventurers assisted in Vervadosat, and one of their own was taken. By rights, it was, they were allowed by rights. But I would likely have died without them.
I see. Then, as adventurers, I assume you would like payment.
We wouldn't oppose it.
I think primarily our interests are at least aligned in this matter. And we could share some insight into some of the things that we've seen that have led to this series of events. It seems to be a more complicated series of events than surface might seem.
I have
Sure.
notes and pictures.
I see.
This one collects knowledge. This one keeps them alive. This one talks.
Like glances at Rapier.
Like, well, you assist in the killing. Yes, you were very good. But
Crash, we hunt together.
later.
You're embarrassing me in front of the counselor.
It's like, no, like he's like, I'm trying to set you up. I'm trying to.
I think the tacit implication is that we all murder stab things, but each in our own way.
You are
Yeah,
all
and my way's
adventurers.
better.
The murdering is involved, covered in the adventurer. But in any case, this marks the second incursion from extraplanar activities. I believe the council was made aware of the angelic presence, the
Weren't.
archonic presence.
As his surprised expression suggests they were not.
Well, these ones have allies amongst the archons, and they are assisting in the recovery of our people, so the cause is not lost yet. But it is out of our hands. Gresh believed that the head of the monastery would have sent word because it wasn't his place
Yes.
to do so.
Yes, one would think that would be the case.
One
But she did not.
would believe that that was the case. However, these devils, they do not know diplomacy. We should strike when they make themselves known.
If I may, since you seemed unfamiliar, the Archons are, as far as we can tell, a set of beings that are directly opposed to the devils. Very much opposites in form and function, as far as I can tell. We had one in our presence at Tokdomir Monastery for a time. I was surprised that word had not reached back here about that.
Emilka can be
Secretive AF?
interesting in what she chooses to share. But thank you for letting me know. We will take that under advisement. If you say these Archons are opposed to those that attacked us, then perhaps the enemy of our enemy and all of that.
Again, I think much the same.
There are other factions as well that we've encountered. This has happened before we were in Yersank. Apparently the planar fabric around this area is thin, and we've encountered 2 rifts, 1 rift,
They
One rift
believe
and the-
we only encountered the one.
but we
The
witnessed the
fire-
fallout from that. Yes.
The fire one.
The
That's not Gresh, because Gresh doesn't know about that.
yeah.
But
Gresh was not there.
I believe
was
we've
not
only
there.
seen the one.
We witnessed directly a rift to a realm entirely wreathed in flame. And then on our travels back to a city in Kedia, we came across the wreckage from another portal rift that had opened up to one doused in water.
so that's 4 now.
that we know of.
We believe first two events were confused.
They
This
seem
one-
similar in
This one is much more stable.
these beings were more thoughtful in their execution of anything that they did as well. The previous beings we encountered were just animalistic in approach.
Is more bestial in nature. Perhaps these things I can assist with then. But this is up to the council to decide. I will be in Irsank for a time. Should you need, please call upon me. And he bows.
I will let you know. I must get word to the others. This will require a proper meeting.
Agreed.
Is there anything else?
Are you still
May
going
I
to
have
pay
the
us?
head?
You may.
Oh yes, of course.
Great. At this point, it's like Gershell's like, ah, shit, we were almost there. This was almost a good meeting.
And he does reach to a pouch on his belt and pulls out 75 gold for each of you.
Hey.
Except you, because it's literally your job.
No, not getting paid. Here is head.
Thank you.
Agreed. Who would you have? Who would run the messages? Who are in town? Are there enough?
There should be.
Okay.
It may take some time with winter coming. Some of the roads to the south are difficult.
I know this.
Well, thank you for your assistance in ridding our land of these bearded devils.
Bearded
The-
devils. There one bone devil, and then one angry bastard with fire wings.
There one left though. There's only Bone Devil and one
Well,
Bearded
yes,
Devil
yes, but
to
I
be
still
our
want.
hunting still.
I still want to kill.
We get
Still
eventually.
want to kill. He's just angry.
Well, it seems I will be in town longer than I thought.
Do you intend to head up? I know the name of that fucking town.
To the notes! To the notebook! It knows all. This is like the first.
Barkara. Or no, Kirdens. Do you intend to return to Kirdens?
That is a decision still pending in the council. Whether I will be representing the region
Ah,
or if the Asimar will take a seat.
well, I'm sure that the council's wisdom will make the finest decision. I'm sure.
We will see. And then he nods in your direction and
And now we
recedes
leave.
back into the offices.
It's just like this is our sign to go.
Go.
Yes.
We hurry out.
So I'm guessing that he wants to get 2 of our people on the council. So like he wants one to represent us here in Irsank, and he wants to represent Kirdens again, likely.
It would be certainly an idea.
Yeah. Yes.
It's also possible he just specifically doesn't want the council to grow by one seat that he doesn't have influence over.
That's also true. That's also very fair.
Either way.
Yes. He is skilled at his craft. I find him to be tiring.
Ivan jingles the gold a little. I don't know. He seemed to get along with me okay.
Yes, well, as adventurers, you are due pay, but also the form of goodwill in Irsank now rests in your hands.
I'm okay with this. Much more reliable, I find.
This is what I fight against every day.
Well,
I didn't see you turn yours down.
At that point, the damage was done.
I will go to my family's holdings. I would feast you all there if you wish.
I have no objection.
Where would we have been staying? We were staying at the monastery for a while we were in town.
Yeah, well, you were staying at the monastery while you were at the monastery.
Oh, yeah. But
When you're in your sink, there are a couple of inns. The one that you have made the most use of was the Hobbled Owlbear. Sorry, I said that as some kind of southern accent for some reason. The Hobbled Owlbear.
Yes, they have fine accommodations, but I wish to give you dinner. We have now done battle together. Is only fair.
it would be appreciated. I'm sorry I hadn't mentioned the other portals before now. It did not seem relevant in terms of instant resolution of the events.
You were. That is accurate. It was not. It would not have changed anything. We did what we did. We did what we could. Now, this rests in your friend's hands. So, tomorrow, we hope for good news. Is what we can do.
Done. Think wait day. Contact again tomorrow.
In the meantime, we have roast, and we drink.
Like, I even need an excuse.
I'll let you describe your family's holdings if you wish.
Excellent. Okay, so it is probably like a couple of blocks away from the main building. So like it's still in the older part of town, and it's kind of like a complex of like 2 to 3 structures put together. There are many distinct families that are a part of Clan Medvevar, but Gresh resides in one of the larger of the buildings. When he walks in, you know, there are some young half-orcish children like running about, playing with sticks, beating the crap out of each other, doing things. At which point he goes just like, hey, no, not enough to bruise. Watch for eyes. You need those for archery.
You need those for the hunt.
Yeah. There's probably that scene of like them shouting grandpa, running over and tackling him, and him like going with it for the effect.
There's like a weird sun filter on the whole thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's just like
It's all bathed in golden light somehow, in spite of the fact that it's an overcast winter day.
yes, and it's just he
All right, there, Hawkeye.
he bends down. Shush. He bends down. And is just like, is Narisha or Ulketa in? And the kids go, who's in? Is one or both?
I'll let you decide.
Okay. What with all the planning, with what's going on up north, Uletka's probably like still working with government stuff to get shipping stuff sorted because they need to figure out
Right.
where to supply.
Especially with winter coming so soon after reasserting control.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be Narisha. Narisha would be home. She's the leather worker.
Right.
Good. We go
And that's
see.
one of your daughters.
That is one of my daughters. Yes. Excellent. We go see Mama Narisha. So come with me, all. This is my daughter, Narisha, and you see she is. Well, she's going to be a half orc because Turns out.
Maybe 3/4 orc.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But she's very
degree of orc.
very strongly half orc. She's got like long, darker hair that is like the same shade as Gresh's, but like she's probably in her like 30s. Gresh is like starting to get into his 50s and 60s. Gresh runs over and gives her daughter a big hug because of course he does, because he is a good man. And he's just like, welcome, these are my friends. We just come back from hunt from Vadas.
Oh, I was not expecting you, Pop.
Здравствуйте.
Yes, I will be in town for a few days. Is there room? Is there enough?
Of course.
Excellent. I can always go get more if we need.
She leans slightly closer and speaks in Orcish, like,
Yeah.
but who are these people?
They are Kapshi but good.
Oh,
Yes, they
okay.
help one of their friends were training at monastery. It's some bad business. We don't like it. But they did very good. They saved me life, so we treat them well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I won't put anything weird in their food.
Yes, yeah.
That would be appreciated.
Well,
Good afternoon. I am Emily.
Oh.
They're speaking in Orcish, I think. So.
Well,
And
yeah,
so is
yeah,
Emily.
she
Emily
has
speaks
it.
Orcish.
She has it.
that's right.
It was just like, I did not know that. Apologies. But yes, password to Letka. She must be very busy.
I do want to try and make an impression.
Sure.
But just a positive one. Diplomacy. Okay, no. This dice has been banished. I have rolled today 3, 4, 5, 4, and 4.
Oh man.
Oh, you just need big dice. Big dice doesn't
Big
fail
dice
you.
will do it.
And when it fails you, it does it in amusing ways.
See, it didn't fail
Why?
you. Didn't fail you.
Why does that work?
Because big dice.
Because it was amusing at the time.
I love
Big
my
dice.
Big.
So what's that total? Because you still got like a dope ass modifier.
Yeah, it still goes to like 21.
Okay.
So, it
Just
will
to
not
make a
fail
positive
you.
It doesn't
impression.
like have class levels, so
Yeah.
you feel like you probably managed to get through to her.
I'm supposed to be good at diplomacy, you guys.
You are good at diplomacy. You rolled a 4 and you still made an impression. Like,
I wanted to make a good impression.
probably did.
He wanted her clothes to just fly off of her body in sheer charm.
I mean, like, I feel like you had a decent amount of things going for you. Like, hey, my father just told me that you all saved his life multiple times. You speak Orcish, which means you have some level of respect for the culture.
Oh, and she does
it
follow
did-
a lot of the customs as well that
Yeah,
she's picked
so,
up on.
like-
So
Now,
But it didn't spontaneously turn into a rom-com anime, so it wasn't
Right.
quite good enough.
Yeah.
She didn't start getting blush lines.
not enough. Not enough.
not enough. Okay, but yes, we will host. Dine. I will ask Uleka to assist when she is not busy. I went and saw Uncle Oric today.
Really?
It was necessary.
If you say so.
Gresh lives in like one of the larger structures. They kind of like look over towards the big one
Yes.
when there's just like, yes, Uncle Oric. But it is what is. Things may become interesting for us for a time. I know. It's rarely a good thing.
No. Interesting is almost never good.
Yeah. Nope. That one holds.
But tonight we feast.
Oh.
We laugh, we drink. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Holding back.
It is appreciated.
Well,
If space is an issue, I can usually fit in most moderate to large size dresser drawers.
I thought you were one of the children.
I'm a halfling.
I was joking. Sorry.
No, that's fine. It
It's
happens
also
all the
not
time.
wrong.
We have a very dry sense of humor.
That's okay.
He has one, I promise.
This is a
Really?
lie.
He must have left it home.
This is false.
Been in many of your woods, and I have to say, little enough is dry, so...
Yes. In any case, thank you for having us.
Yes.
The young ones. They look strong. They look like they grow well.
We try.
Yes.
We don't starve them.
Yeah.
We only
That's-
beat them sometimes.
Yeah.
That's
They seem to be
good
taking care
parenting
of that better.
strategies right there.
They seem to be taking care of that themselves.
It's so nice when they do the work for us.
Well,
Supplement that with lots of manual labor, and you've got yourself set.
oh no, they do that as well.
Yes.
Speaking of potatoes, just like shouts potatoes at the top of his lungs.
Yes.
Don't need more. In any case,
Only
welcome to
one.
my home. And then he takes you into like the community hearth room. There's just like nice furs and pillows and all that kind of shit that you would find in a place where you can be moderately comfortable in your sink.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's you. All of you by now have seen a couple of sides of your sink. This is more toward the more like rustic side, but it's very nice.
Yes.
Um,
It's rustic by choice.
yes, exactly.
A deliberate rustic.
Yeah. Like, this is what happens when a hunter and a tanner and a cook live together.
It turns out it's made exclusively from dead things.
Yeah.
Yes. It's just like,
Just like heads on everything.
like there are fucking electric wolf heads.
Yeah.
Like, you get the feeling when he
Dude,
told that
there's a-
story, he participated in that.
There's a crackling wolf skull just up on the mantle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those things.
Oh, we still have some. We can make use of this.
Why? Why did you have to remind him?
Welcome.
Why?
Welcome,
You
please.
just put a light bulb in its mouth, it turns on. That's it.
And
party favor.
he goes back into like the kitchen area and brings out like pitchers of ale, cups. You know, you now like see like he is uncomfortably playing host because he doesn't do this often.
Right.
But it's just like drink. I know you want to drink. Drink.
He will accept a cup of the ale, take out his own mug, turn it right side up so it fills up, be like, ha ha!
Of course.
And start
Unstoppable.
drinking
So-
from both.
Now, the beds are this way. He shows you to kind of like he's kind of like kicking out mats and things like that in like kind of like spare rooms that you figure are for like hosting extended family and things like that when they come in. It's just like, yes, we will get this set up nice. It will be warm and comfortable, and it won't be an inn. So
Thank you.
this is
That is
much
wonderful.
nicer than we usually get to stay in.
well is
Wonderful.
there are benefits to being home. In any case, so what plans have you after we hear back from your friend?
I think that largely
Depend a lot on what we hear back from friend, I think.
This is true. This is true.
It's like, wait, you can have long-term goals? What?
It's just like meet long-term goals, the man. It's just like, yes, like you don't have a plan. You don't have a plan for anything you do, but how will you know when the city needs food and you have to go and you get the food? What is this? What is
That's
this
when
no
I go
plan?
out and get the food.
That's when they hire us. If we have plans, they can't hire us to do their plans for them.
Salaryman, independent contractor.
That's true. His lack of 75 gold pieces.
It largely depends on what we hear back. Is
It's true. If this
by
demonic
and large,
devilish. Go ahead.
but by and large, is we can't until we have more information. Cannot decide what to do.
Diabolic.
Diabolic is excellent. This language it's like sand in mouth.
I like that word.
No, just it's difficult for me to speak it.
That's fair.
Yes.
It is a different phonic.
Honestly,
disadvantage.
I speak
Duh.
more in these past 48 hours than I have all last year.
This was really good for overall vocabulary, leaving out and journeying. The best way to learn language is speak it.
I have to speak it.
I still prefer Dwarvish.
Well, again, but Orcish.
Not common outside of Scortile, though.
Dwarvish? Not coming in Squartile either.
No.
No?
Well, in South,
And on Squartile there's some.
you go see Akash. Akas. They worship dwarves worship dragon. It's very interesting. I don't go down that south though.
I believe I will likely not go to Den of Heresy. Is probably not
There
the
we go.
best idea.
Well, for you, of course not. But I don't know. Maybe this one go.
They worship dragons as if they're still alive? Or just the
no,
past
they
notion
worship
of
the
them?
great. I don't know. It has to do with rebellion. It's not my specialty. I don't know.
Oh, I'm definitely going. Do they have books?
I don't know. I make delivery there when Grand Hunter for Area was sick. So I don't go down that way. But they're nice. They talk.
Oh, good.
I showed up with supplies and they talked to me, so I assume they talk.
Maybe they'll tell me stories or show me their books. Or tell me stories and then show me their books, or show me their books and then tell me stories, or read me stories from their books.
They'll have information for you, yes.
I'm going.
Well, there
If
we
you
go.
come back
Long-term plan.
and my spells light you on fire, do not complain to me.
I didn't say I was going to worship a dragon myself, Ivan.
I say better not risk it.
Besides, dragon is dead.
You might just
dragon is long
spontaneously
dead.
start-
They
Duh.
worship long dead dragon. Don't worry.
That's why it's confusing to me. But generally, as you've seen over the last 48 hours, we tend to run into things more than we go finding.
That's
Is
Most of what we chase.
more
is-
common than you would think, my magic light thing on fire.
fair. Well, I assume your magic light many things on fire based on what I see.
Duh.
So, you want quest for knowledge about Akas? You want light dragons on fire?
I would love to light dragons on fire.
Who knows? Maybe dragon come through one of these portals. And you
That,
get
by
your
the way,
wish.
there's religious reason, but mostly, regardless, I just think would be very fun.
We don't even know how big dragon are.
I mean, honestly, it does not tremendously matter. Lighting on fire probably going to be entertaining.
Again.
What
For a
the-
little while.
Until like it's a red dragon and it's just like,
like-
oh, it's not working. Oh,
God.
Oh no.
Oh no. What do I do?
A car, by the
Oh,
way, is a
man, oh,
lightning
geez.
dragon, so he is a white dragon.
I'm trying to unpack your
Sorry,
thought
Blue Dragon.
Blue dragon.
process.
Yeah. Well, what thought the process? His?
Yeah.
Oh, good
Why?
luck.
How have you not given up on that yet?
What
I'm
do
a
you-
glutton for punishment, I guess.
It's not terribly difficult to understand. I enjoy fight. Light dragon on fire would be very good fight.
Do you enjoy being dessert? Because that's a great wit. That's how you become dessert.
Well, that's how you fail to light dragon on fire.
He takes a seat back and just kind of like enjoys this atmosphere. It's just like, so this is Drawl then. This is what being adventurer is.
By and large.
Or circus performer.
Ah, yes. Well,
Or
Only-
just three people constantly plagued by interactions with other planar deities.
Be-
Adventure does tend to find us quite a bit of the time.
Conversation in the circus tended to be a little bit louder because there were more of us. But it was still roughly like this. Only we weren't talking about lighting dragons on fire because that's how you become dessert.
I will admit I did dig myself into this hole for the most part.
Well,
I
what
went
the-
chasing after. I went chasing
Is-
after the breadcrumbs.
is true that a lot of the time adventure finds you because we put ourselves directly in path of adventure.
Yeah,
but
we kind of stand in the middle of the road with a sign saying "Insert adventure here."
Oh, I see. This reminds me of thing. Excuse me one moment. Gresh leaves the room.
This reminds me of thing. I hate all of you. Set the room on fire.
And the doors lock, the torches go in.
Oh, right, I forgot murder.
Outsiders.
I lied. It does have negative connotations.
He just shouts to the flames. It's not a slur.
It's just a fact.
This isn't racist, guys.
It's nothing personal.
No, it's personal.
It's very
not
personal. It's just
racist.
not. It's not because of that.
I hate you, but
I
you
almost
specifically.
Not
No
you
worries, no worries.
as your race in the
You
whole.
figure, well, you still have the option to. It's just. So yeah.
That is the note telling him
he comes-
exactly how many of the taxidermy comes alive.
Yeah. So no, so he comes in. He comes in.
As a terrible necromantic ritual completes.
he comes in looking slightly relieved, and takes another seat. Excellent.
All good?
Yes, I just needed to make some inquiries
About potatoes?
about potatoes. Correct. So what? I am not good at this. Talk.
Well,
As he picks up the pitcher and refills your mug. We can improve this.
He's like, don't worry, Ivan's got enough.
I literally have infinite.
oh, I was talking about talk.
Yes.
I literally have infinite.
It's just like I have extinguished the knowledge of my hosting capabilities.
Help.
Yeah, do what you're gonna do at this
Best thing you killed.
point. Best thing I killed. Myself or in group?
If you killed yourself, that would be a very
No,
interesting
by-
story.
The
but
best thing he killed on his
On my
own or
own?
in a
I'll
group.
let you decide. Tell me what is best.
Okay. Unowned dire bear. It has nasty armor plates. I hunted for 3 days, plaguing it so that it could not sleep to regain its strength. They can climb, so it is very dangerous. So I have to jump from tree to tree because it cannot jump. Eventually, on third day, I land right on top of it with neck splitter. And then he points to a dire bear head mounted on the wall.
Nice.
Still has its like natural armor plating on the top of its head.
Yes. Is very good. Took me long time. Never do again. Was Vervatasat. Ate 3 children.
Who did that by yourself?
I was the only one available at time. Normally, it is not common to have group for Vervatasat. But normally is not devils or intelligent being, is beast.
Seems like it would be somewhat less effective against creature that does not have concept of revenge.
Well, if you put enough fear into local wildlife, they will avoid the parts of town you don't want them to be in. For instance, dire bear not come and eat children in many years.
Well, it's because it's right there.
Exactly. That cackle wolf, that crackle wolf,
We fought
it
those.
can't eat children.
We found that we had a few of those.
Ah, yes, they're interesting challenge.
No.
The electricity is painful.
They were not
Ugh.
fun. They were not fun.
In group, I hope one day to be this bastard. And he holds up the coils. He's like, I really want to kill this thing.
Oh, we'll get it. Is it teleport? I can deal with.
Yes. But how about you? What is most interesting find?
Without a doubt, that spider.
Yeah.
Nightmare fuel.
Spider but I think Minotaur skeleton was more interesting.
What is Minotaur?
That's a difficult one to argue with.
Big guy with bullhead. There was skeleton of big guy with bullhead that was raised by a couple witches.
Hags?
Hags. We also had to kill them too. Vampire god we didn't kill, but was interesting fight.
Vampire?
That was not really a fight.
I mean,
Vampire god?
Is why we don't like vampires.
Is
We did once punch their god.
this one of the
Talk like you had anything to do with it.
one of the twins you spoke of before?
The Ashen Man, yeah.
Okay. Very interesting. Normally, God's not on list of on the list of creatures.
No, well, we technically did not kill that, so it doesn't
It was
count.
not a fight. It was not a fight. That was one-sided.
You are that powerful.
No.
He ran in
no,
terror from
it,
us.
No, it was one-sided on the other side.
You get the idea that you may have just experienced
dry sense of
yes,
humor.
the dry sense of humor.
There it is. We found it.
It takes a couple of drinks and not being on a fair Vadasat, but it is
The
there.
humidity in the room just drops.
Yes. But, well, this is certainly quite...
I think Minotaur skeleton is my vote. Spider was not. It was up there.
was dangerous fight. It was massive. It's just like, they're not supposed to get that big. I don't like that.
Not supposed to. Sometimes do. And then you kill them.
Exactly. This is Vervadasat. See, now you see.
This is also adventuring.
Is different.
Well, one's more profitable. Same result, but one gets paid.
I will not argue this. You did get paid.
Duh.
If that is what is most important to you, then yes.
This is most important.
Well-
It certainly doesn't hurt.
It's nice to, buy food occasionally. Not starving is nice.
There's plenty of things that can be more important, but money never makes worse.
So, how long will 75 gold pieces buy you?
It depends. Depends on what it's used for. Honestly, probably not very long now because most upgrades we can get to armor, weapons, things like that are substantial.
So you always need more, yes?
If we want to do bigger thing, I want to kill Bone Devil. I might need bigger sword for with that. Probably not. I think we actually still can do Bone Devil as are, but say I want to kill next thing of bigger Bone Devil, double Bone Devil.
Double bone.
If I kill double Bone Devil, maybe
I-
I need bigger sword.
Dude,
Bigger sword costs money.
do double
Money
bone
I get by
devils-
killing small Bone Devil and then get paid for it, huh?
Okay.
What were you
Otherwise,
saying,
bigger
Tessie?
Bone Devil never get Vervadasad.
I don't think double bone devils exist.
Well, they do now.
We're just gonna see two minis fused together. They're but by the back, they've got two heads going out.
But
They get 16
So-
claw attacks.
Yes, each head gets 3 separate actions.
So I have
It's gonna be great.
literally no interest in a double bone devil. 75 gold. I could make it last. It depends on what I need to buy.
75 gold is more than enough to live fairly comfortably for a good time. But I would not be adventurer if only goal was live comfortably for a time.
I can start putting money aside for caravan, maybe.
You could probably buy an entire caravan at this point, Tessie.
Well, if I spend it all at once.
I am currently wearing more value than I think most of town.
This is
Honestly, your bow
This is
is
different.
more valuable than probably anything else you have.
This is true. This bow is a family relic. It
It's
is.
very impressive.
It has been in Clan Medvevar's care for many, many generations. Perhaps even back to Dragon Rebellion. But
And I imagine
we
much
have
of
no way of knowing.
I imagine eventually much of my sword and armor will be similar in some way to someone. Ultimately, right now, gold is not most important. Gold is simply means to be able to do what is most important. What is most important will vary for whatever adventurer is doing, but we don't do it because we want money. There's easy ways to make money. I had money when I was living in streets in Skyvuskill. There was plenty of opportunity to just get coin. The money helps to be able to get to next level, next step.
It
Is
yes, is just this desire, this drive.
If I could solve the issues that we are facing without killing something else, I would happily give up the gold for it.
the
I do not want to fight another bone devil. I don't want to fight a lot of the things that we have to. It's just a matter of what we want to influence in the world. We had mentioned earlier that there were factions at play in the world and that we've had to confront those many times.
the
Again,
And every time it's something else. Every time it's something bigger. Every time it's something like these devil things that we've found for the first time.
so I have a question. Do you think that many adventurers follow your path for these reasons?
I think most adventurers are dead.
I have no idea.
And I think I think the vast majority, they just go for quick gold, end up dead. It's a bad reason to do it. You do these things because there's no other option, and because you might be only person that can. If you do it for gold, you go after a big score, is bigger than you die.
This is the fate of many of the young people of Skortal. This is why we view adventurers in the light we do.
Well, this is also why I don't tend to think of myself as an adventurer.
I think of myself as an adventurer more in that I did not leave to go be an adventurer like this. I left to go on an adventure. It is different in goal. My goal is not some get big riches. My goal is not, get biggest fight. My goal is simply discovery of self, of adventure, of world, knowledge, techniques.
That sounds a lot like an adventure, Ivan.
But as I said, goal was go on the adventure, not be adventurer. I was not in because I want to get big money, go find big treasure chests, open with, and live life of luxury. My goal was adventure itself. But you cannot go on bigger adventure unless you bigger yourself. And money is one of only ways to do that.
Gresh does absolutely laugh at the way you worded that. But yes, okay. This is I give the it is one thing to do what you do. Is true. Is one thing. Is not same goal for everyone.
The goal of money, I think, is foolish goal for adventuring.
We agree on this.
So I'm not really an adventurer either. I'm a circus performer, a traveling circus performer.
Yes.
I think you do yourself a disservice limiting only to that.
And, well, no, I'm also a devotee of that which walks in silence, and my family has long held the position of standing in places where no one else can.
But if they are performers, why would they do this?
Because if we don't, who will? Every Feast of Masks, we have our big circus in, what was the city's name?
Marshall Stand.
Okay, in Marshall Stand, right? We have our big performance in Marshall Stand every Feast of Masks.
Okay.
What we're really doing there is putting the dead to rest every year.
Yeah, we did that. That wasn't fun.
Why does...
Your opinion.
Why does...
See, I'm the only one here who doesn't enjoy
Why
fighting
are
these
there
things.
not peoples who do this?
There
Because
are.
we are.
That's them.
Okay, so that is not adventurer. That is like Vervadasat, but different.
Cadia's not as...
It's our duty.
Who made this your duty?
I don't know. It just has been since before me. Since before my parents. Maybe before their parents. Maybe as long as the circus has been. I don't know. But I just know it's what we do. And right now, right
you're-
here, I am that circus.
So, have you come to put ghosts to rest here?
That's not all we do.
I'm confused.
We put ghosts to rest. We kill monsters on the road. We...
They're adventurers.
This sounds like adventure. Like, Gretch is like trying not to be disrespectful. He's just like, these things all sound like things that adventurers would do.
But the point is, that's not all we do. And we do it because we're there and we can.
Is okay. This is. I think the trouble I'm having is that my duties, my responsibilities, they are very clear where they come from and why I do what I do. I keep the roads safe. I provide food for the cities and towns. If I don't do this, the roads are not safe and the people starve.
I bring in coin for the circus when I'm with them. Right now, I'm bringing in coin for myself, but I'm putting aside a little to bring back to them when I rejoin them.
Of course.
We keep the road safe because the road is our home.
This makes sense. You travel, so this makes sense.
Literally, I was born in a moving carriage. Like,
Oh.
the road is our home. We keep the cities we're in safe because monster attacks are bad for business.
That makes sense, yes. I could see. It would not do to have a screaming crowd of dead people.
Yeah.
It depends. How well do they pay?
Well, I imagine since they are dead, not well.
See, now, that's the real issue. Dead people have no problem. They just pay admittance fee.
They just...
I think that's looting.
Pretty sure that's looting.
Robin.
Well, this...
Adventure!
yeah, he's just like, the duty. See, this is the thing, the duty, the ghost duty. Who decided that you must do this?
Someone has to put them to rest.
But who decided?
Probably whoever did it first.
Who? I don't know how to say. I don't know if I can
The
get
souls
this
of
across.
the dead
Why are they coming back?
belong to that
Are
which
you
walks
really
in silence.
surprised that Cadia has angry ghosts in it?
No, Cadia is a terrible place.
Exactly.
I like Cadia.
And the
Are you really surprised Cadia is filled with angry ghosts?
We have
I'm
no
just surprised
ghosts
we
here
haven't
in
killed them
Irsenk.
already.
I am surprised
We
they
don't
keep
have
coming
ghosts
back.
in
Usually you
Irsenk.
just
What are
kill
you doing
ghosts,
to
it goes
raise
away.
ghosts?
they're-
Gresh
they're-
has no idea if that's true or not. Just like
It's fine.
he doesn't know if that's true, but he's gonna assume that we don't have ghosts because he doesn't hear about it.
Surprise!
Stop
That's
me
the
if I'm-
Star Stride.
Stop me if I'm remembering this wrong. Stop me if I'm saying anything that I'm remembering
I'd be
wrong.
surprised if you did not have some angry ghosts too.
We're
Too many
not-
Cadians keep coming in.
Doing anything to raise them. They're the spirits of the restless dead. And every year on the Feast of Masks, the veil is thinner between the living and the dead, and
I am unfamiliar with customs. What is this Feast of Masks?
it's a holiday.
What
It's
the
fun. We
hell
dress
is
up
a
in
holiday?
we dress up in costumes.
I know.
We dress up in costumes. The children go gather treats. It's fun. And we put the ghosts to rest, but that's
So
that's
you-
not a part of everyone's holiday. Just the Star Trade.
You
Star
let your
Strides.
children run around on the streets with the angry ghosts?
No, the ghosts aren't on the streets. They're in a graveyard.
What happens if you don't? Do they leave the graveyard?
I don't know.
Have you ever tried?
Part of the problem.
Curious.
The part of the problem is, I think, by and large, nobody knows that this is happening because the Star
Oh.
Stride Fair has dealt with this
No.
for most likely decades.
No one knows we
Okay.
do this. Everyone just thinks we're there to make money off of the holiday.
Then why do you do it?
Because someone has to.
How do you know?
I don't know. One of us found it.
The ghosts kill anyone that come near.
So don't go there.
It's generally better just put them to rest, and then they don't kill anyone who accidentally go too near.
We send
But if
them
it's
back.
happening every year, then
We
clearly there is some kind of disconnect. Is it the same dead people, or is it different?
We've only seen it once.
Duh.
Is it the same dead people?
Would I know?
If you're killing the dead people
Would
over
Tessie
and over
know if it
again?
was the same dead people or not?
Yes.
It is the same dead people?
Same
It's the same dead people.
Then it clearly not work.
It'd work for a year.
But
We don't know how to put them
More
to
of a
rest
Band-Aid than a permanent
permanently.
You can roll
How
religion.
how often
Sure,
do you
I'll
cut
roll
hair?
religion.
how often do I cut hair? This is different. Hair
Does
is
your
not
hair
trying
come
to kill
back?
me.
Does hair come back every year? Why
Well, I don't
They
know. There were
come
those
back
bearded
after a while.
devils.
Well, we saw the bearded devil. Your hair might be trying to kill you. Let it go long enough.
Like he's now he's doing the thing. Like if my hair grows long enough, will it attempt to kill me?
If I could train beard to kill people,
24.
That would be good trick.
You could train it to drink your beer for you.
Ah, beard.
Hey!
There are some
Fuck
cases.
you. Fuck off. Oh my god.
Ivan and Emmeline just set spiked Gresh into the floor.
There are some cases in which a haunting is continuous because of the circumstances of the death, and until whatever causes them to remain restless is resolved, it is very difficult to permanently kill them. They will tend to return at their place of haunting outside of some very specific circumstances.
So they return because they have unfinished business, or there was something about the circumstance of their death that caused restlessness. So it's very hard to permanently banish
Okay.
spirits in that situation, but we can at least put them to rest for another year.
I mean. Okay.
I cannot.
He's like,
I
I'm getting
can't
nowhere
remember.
here.
Does Jesse know the circumstances of their deaths?
There is no
Okay.
way
Zona
to
also
get
does
rid
it.
of permanently. But
Then-
can't get rid of for
Zona
a year.
also does it.
I mean,
So you do.
If it kill, then you kill. Then that okay.
I'm trying to remember. Did Ivan use the consecrate ritual on that spot?
I think you-
don't think I did because I'm not sure if I was high enough level at the time to
okay.
have the
I
consecrate
think maybe
ritual.
there was you had talked about coming back.
Yeah,
and doing it.
I don't think I was high enough level at the time to have.
That's what I think
consecrate.
too. But in my memory, I'm like there was something to do with a consecration ritual.
I think I tried to, and it didn't have a way to do it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Carry on.
is you do this because you feel it is your duty to do it?
Because
And
the
it's-
souls of the dead are in the purview of that which walks in silence, and we are his followers.
Oh, you do this because of God.
Yes.
Why he not do this for himself?
Because
Busy
he has
man.
us to do it for him.
Is not sound like a good deal to me. But I
Quite often, the deals that you get from these divine beings are not.
That's why I like Marshall. Very up forward with what he does.
he's like I cannot relate. I've only dealt with one such creature,
Well,
and it seems to be
they-
annoying at
He was
best.
the
They
least
have us to do
straightforward
it.
of any of them, I feel.
It is annoying at best.
They have us to do it for them. Technically, we don't know their gender.
My apologies. Why they not to do it for
Technically-
themselves? There, I fix.
She, at one point, at least, was female before she lost her title, changed her title.
I will use the theys until otherwise informed, but I have
It's-
no reason to.
It's
talk
not a
about
problem. They're weird.
Okay.
The mix-up happens even among those who worship the gods.
Yeah. Okay. Igen.
So it's not just money for all. I'm sure there are adventurers for whom it is just literally
Oh, yes.
only
Many.
money.
Many.
or
You can go
bragging
see
rights.
them
As we
at
discussed.
Yeah, you can go see at Martha's pit. There are many who adventure for money, and then they go there, and then they wager it, and then they lose it, or they win it, and it just
like that
repeats
pit.
until they die.
That pit is fun.
You're like any place that you can fight something.
Duh.
I also like that bit, but
Why?
Because nobody die.
because it's exactly
Nobody die.
it's the perfect fight. You can put on a good show and no one has a risk of dying. Hell, I can't even do that in the circus.
How many people die in your circus?
Oh no, very few, but there's always a risk. I mean, we take safety measures, but
Wouldn't be much of
Actually, I
daring performance if was no risk at all.
Has Gresh ever seen a circus? Does he have the context to know what the fuck a circus even is?
Yes, I mean circuses have
curious.
been in the area before. He probably has never been to one,
Oh, okay.
but like they're not unknown in Scorch
Gotcha,
Isle. They're
it's
just
like-
pretty rare.
But I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
you know, when I've got my aerial rings up on the rope frame and I'm doing acrobatics on them, I'm still dangling up in the air from some rope.
Oh. Okay, so kind of like when I jump from 3 to 3.
Yeah.
Occupational hazard.
We take precautions,
You get-
but there's always danger.
You try to be safe, but sometimes you miss the branch and then you break a leg.
Yeah.
It happened. Okay.
Yeah. But the fighting ring is perfect because you literally cannot die.
Just like thinks about sword going through shoulder during that fight. It's just like, do not care to experience that again. though.
Breathing exercises. Breathe with the pain.
Well,
It's motivation to get better.
I will go about and begin the
The show
preparations.
must go on.
Exactly. I will go and make preparations, beginning the dinner cooking. You are welcome to stay. The rooms are. You have been shown to the rooms. I must attend to family business now. And then he bows. He gets up. And he saunters on out to find Uletka and let her know that she needs to feed like twice as many mouths as she thought she was going to.
Hey, you ready for more work?
I would say I'm small and I don't eat much, but that's a lie. I'm a halfling.
She's
She's
small and she eats.
does eat much.
Yes.
I'm small and I don't eat much.
Big and you don't eat much.
It's just like I imagine the
compared to you guys.
conversation goes. Let's
Actually,
go.
no, Emily is tall.
Miss
Hi.
Six, I forgot that part.
We have guests and me.
Yeah, she accepts it with her normal grace.
Yes.
which is slightly begrudgingly, possibly, but
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she's going into politics. She knows.
Yeah.
She
There's
knows
only
the game.
some murder in her eyes.
yeah,
It is the appropriate amount.
yes, the correct amount of murder.
To be a good politician, you need a little bit of murder eye.
And so you meet Gresh's second daughter,
Yes.
and his grandchildren again, I guess,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
cheerleaders.
who
Oh, go ahead.
join you for feasting. And yeah, if you were going to say something else.
Yes. So he invites you all to the table. Like it's kind of like the hall is like right off the hearth, like right off the hearth room, and there's like 4 total grandchildren, and Oletka is kind of like slimmer and a bit more conventionally attractive.
What
Um,
name? Litka?
Uletka.
Uletka.
Uletka, yes. She is kind of like she works with the clan government. She like holds a position in the clan hierarchy. Officially, she is kind of like a fet cook, and like does preparations and things like that. Gresh probably lets slip drunkenly over the course of the dinner that she's likely to end up clan rep someday. And she may or may not have feelings about him saying that out loud. But he doesn't.
They might be murdered.
Ivan is periodically using prestidigitation to change the children's drinks to various different colors.
At first, they're very like confused by it, but once they catch on, they try to keep it a secret. They're bad at that, but they seem very amused.
Because every now and then his ring will just glow slightly and it'll
So-
just change to like orange.
At the table, there are four small stools for the children. There's a slightly more raised stool for guests of varying size that they bring out for you. And
Tessie
then
gets a high chair.
yeah, yeah. And then you notice that normally there are four chairs for adults. Like there are 4 like adult-sized chairs, and I think he's gonna need to bring out some for you all because it's like the 2 daughters, Gresh when he's home. So yeah, he's gonna need to bring out some more, and he does that. But yes, he's like, yes, please sit there. I believe this is everyone, so let us eat.
Food.
And it's like
Spice
it's
it
like
up.
a good like wilderness venison.
Right.
You've got like foraged plants, like all of that kind of stuff that we were having out in the wild, but like properly spiced and seasoned by like a cook that knows what they're doing and not I need this because this is calorie. I smeared this on it. It tastes slightly better.
Tessie filled a fair amount of that function in the woods, but
Yes.
But it's
Yeah, it's
easier when you have a full kitchen available.
right.
Generally, between her spices and me kind of using prestidigitation to subtly like tweak flavors,
Yes.
we
Yes.
ate pretty well.
Oh yeah,
for
yeah. Like this
traveling,
is definitely on
but,
par with
yeah.
travel with the travel
But this-
food
well,
of
this-
your assistants. The
this'll
porridge
be-
morning that he made was like dog shit.
Well, you know, I summon my like gruel periodically when we don't have time to hunt.
But yes, but yes. So welcome, feast all. Thank you.
Borsha looks delicious.
Excellent. Yes, thank you, Uletka. And then he digs in, and he just like, immediately.
Ivan
just,
will follow
yeah,
suit,
There's no like.
waiting on ceremony.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a very good meal. It's definitely hearty with the colder weather. And there's, small talk across the table.
Yeah.
But all in all, a pleasant evening.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't get killed by bugbear.
We didn't get killed by
no one
bugbears.
has thus far been killed by bugbears.
This is why we came to my house.
There are probably no bugbears. in
Yes.
this house.
One of your grandchildren is a bugbear.
Yet.
I mean, look, I make no judgments. Whoever Narisha wants to be with, that is her view. It is what is.
Right. Anything anybody
Sorry.
else wants to do before you all go to sleep?
Nope.
Teach Gresh a couple dwarven drinking songs.
I want to learn Dwarven drinking songs. If I ever have to go down to Akas, I want to be able to impress them with my knowledge of Dwarven Skortal drinking songs.
He'll translate them into common as best he can.
Yeah.
And so we're both singing a song that was not composed in common between two people who don't speak very good common.
It's just like then
be
the boy
awesome.
grabbed the dog and the dog grabbed grabbed the pot and
And
the
it's like,
pot.
is that an expression? It's like, at this point, I don't know.
Look, the boy grabbed the pot and grabbed the dog. and
This
grabbed
is
the-
what this translated.
What is this?
Makes more sense in original Dwarvish.
Something's
I
lost in
doubt
translation.
that.
No, knowing Dervish, it probably does make more sense.
But yes, after some extra post-dinner drinking and drinking song, you all get to settle in for the night.
Emmeline doesn't even brood, you guys.
Oh, that's nice.
You don't have a chance to brood. No one broods in this house.
There is no brooding.
There is no brooding. There's no brooding. You
Brood free.
No, my source of power. No.
just start taking like
Well,
one ongoing
Dave's switching
damage.
music,
He's
so-
taking psychic damage. No brooding. It hurts. Must brood.
Let me fix your lack of brooding real quick.
Emily.
Because we're going to sleep.
Emmeline, after you get to sleep for the night, having had one of the best nights you've had in a while.
This was a good night.
Yes.
It was a great night.
It's a nice distraction.
There may be some lingering worries about Amelie, but Pasha's on the case and he's seemed capable.
He's
In
got a
the past.
fiery sword.
Yes, he has a fiery sword. I mean, so does the Arrhenius, but that's beside the point.
Well, no,
Yeah, but I like Pasha's better.
I like two fiery swords cancel out.
They're actually both immune to fire. So they're just swords. Anyway. But you get off to sleep without too much trouble. And it doesn't take long before you feel a presence come into your dream. And you hear a voice that was familiar some time ago. And it's almost, it sounds almost breathless. As a woman's voice says, "Wherever you are, they're sending teams after thorns. Go to ground." And then the message ends.
Why are we thorns? Why are we thorns? They are sending teams. We're gonna die.
Yeah.
Now we get to make guesses at who the they is. It's always fun when they're like,
I did
they're trying to kill you, and you're
accidentally-
like, you're gonna need to be more specific.
I did accidentally play the preposition game, the pronoun game rather. Didn't mean to.
Do you have any
They.
idea how little that narrows it down?
I'm assuming this is a one-way. It's not like a
Yes,
conversation.
you,
it's just the one.
you cannot respond to a dream message unless you have someone who can cast a dream message.
And
Hey,
that
it's a ritual that I know
was-
now.
That was.
It's a straight up spell.
I can guess dream
Oh,
message.
Yes.
I can also cast Dream Message.
I'm
Yes.
guessing that was Tierla.
Yes.
Ah.
Was tier
I was going to
Uh-huh.
ask, can I roll to re-identify
Sure.
or?
Roll society.
Oh, that's another one that I'm theoretically good at. You were correct, Charlie. The bigger dice wins.
Bigger die or better?
It's a nice die. I like that.
Where the hell is society? There it is.
The red and blue
26.
spec with silver letters
Yep,
is good.
that's Tierla's voice.
Simple dwarf
I
logic.
thought we were done with
The
her.
bigger equipment is better equipment.
Yes.
Doesn't seem very dwarven. Anyway, as that dream message ends, it doesn't wake you up, strictly speaking.
Have you ever known
so
the dwarves to make something small?
you other dwarves?
They get bigger.
On some characters, I'd be like, they can probably wake themselves up
Sure.
from a situation like that. But Emmeline has a history of just sleeping through goddamn
Yes.
everything.
So you sleep through the rest of the night with that message lingering in the back of your head until you wake.
It was a good night, guys.
And with that, I think we're going to take our break. Okay, we are back. Thank you for hanging out with us. We don't really have a lot of kind of housekeeping messages for a little while yet.
These are because I have a migraine right now,
Yes.
Oh, I'm
and
sorry.
we have
They're
stage
because-
lights.
They're because she's just that fly.
Yes.
She wears her sunglasses at night, so she can.
So
DJ Tessie. DJ Tessie.
That's her next character.
I do have a thing.
Yeah.
Thanks to everybody who came out for the community games on Sunday for our off break. It was
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Sherry and I believe Gray Archon both were in chat and we played some games and it was good. So keep an eye out for more opportunities to play with
Yes.
some of us.
Speaking of which, if you would like to do things like play games of Pathfinder with some of us, there's a link to our Discord channel down below.
Yes.
I'll be saying that again later. But in the meantime, let us get my music back.
Dave's got to reclaim his funk.
I do.
The funky
So-
child.
You all wake up in Gresh's home, unbugbeared.
Hey. That's a good sign.
That's a plus.
That's
It is.
generally how we like to start our days. Is
Yes.
unbugbeared.
I do not like the bugbear.
As the sun rises outside the window, visible but only just through the kind of light cloud cover in the morning.
First things first.
I love
Find
waking up.
Ivan. Find
Ivan's
Action Man.
Ivan's polishing
Find
his
Action Man.
Ivan is polishing his sword and grinding his
Too bad Tessie's dead. You guys didn't set a watch.
It's just like Gresh is waking up. He's just like, yes, another wonderful Squirtile day free from chaos.
Smells like a time for adventure.
Tessie has been the next thing stolen by Tom.
Yes.
Yeah.
I stole your halfling.
He's mine now. This is Tom.
That's not my name.
It's okay.
It will be.
Modified
And
memory.
Suddenly we're a psychological thriller.
Yes. No, everybody is accounted for and murdered.
Ivan.
The
I got another dream message. Apparently Tierla's still alive.
okay.
They are. All it said was they are sending teams after Thorns.
Who's
All
they?
what said?
Tierla said this. She said it in just a single message. It's all I was getting.
In your dream?
Yeah, and then it said to go to ground. I don't know, like, are they tracking through the sigils, or how well
hard to-
known is it that we have those brands?
I don't know.
We do currently
I've
have
never tracked someone by brand.
protection against scrying, which is nice. I wish I knew who was they. Or they or who. Or
I would imagine is either going to be someone from Cadia probably on behalf of the gods, or maybe just on their own, or is Ashen Man people.
I can see if I can try to get a message back through to...
But I think most likely is probably gods are sending people.
I can try to get a message back through to Tirla tonight.
I'm not sure if that's going to work. I mean, you can send a message to her, but she's going to be obviously trying to obscure herself as well as possible.
I
She
can
sounded
try.
harried at the time.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What is this?
We sometimes get weird stuff in our dreams. Don't worry about it.
Yes, we remember this. Dreamers, you are.
Maybe this one is one to be concerned. We were told to go to ground.
This one was someone casting a spell to tell us something.
Oh.
It was a warning.
Okay. I get the breakfast ready. This
Gresh is like completely unconcerned.
this have nothing to do with me. He walks out.
He's not wrong.
Wait, does Gresh have a thorn?
Make a perception check.
No! It's a natural 20. Do I have a thorn?
There's so many thorns.
Oh,
my
God!
Just immediately starts searching everywhere for thorns. It's like-
Yes. No, you do not have any.
and finds
You have no more thorns than you had before.
that one time he cut himself
Which
with a
is to
rose bush.
say
Oh my
none
god!
of you didn't have any in the first place.
I don't believe I did.
So is that one
Does he even
time you
know
got drunk
about
and went into the
brands? I
tattoo
don't think he
parlor?
does.
He does. I don't think you guys showed him or anything.
You
just-
saw Emmeline's on her one arm.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah.
But yeah, he has no contents for it. He just can go make breakfast.
You've probably noticed that Emmeline has some weird ass tattoos, and
Yeah.
they changed.
That's
So
But maybe you just think, oh, I must not have seen them that well.
yeah,
the first
like
time.
I wasn't really paying attention to the tattoos. They could be different, and now I'm too embarrassed to ask.
Yeah. That's just rude.
Yes.
since we're talking about the brands and everything, I'm going to look at them more closely. Have those like return to color from when they had grayed out. Looks like our friend is out and on the move again.
Oh, good.
Interesting.
Maybe we can send him a message and he knows more.
I'll try. I'm gonna look where my brand had been.
Mm-hmm.
What do I see?
You just had the one brand and you had never spent it, correct?
I spent it. I did
Oh,
spend it.
then you have the scar, but you
Okay.
always had the scar. Even
Cool.
after the unspent brands grayed out, the scar stayed still.
I never got a brand, did I?
Yes, you had one, but you
I
never
should
got a
have
new
one.
one.
I don't think I ever spent mine either.
No,
Nope.
I don't think so. So yours is red now.
Oh, it's back.
It back, boy.
The thorns are
Yeah.
back in town.
And actually, you notice you have a new one now.
I was
Because you
like-
reached dying 3 during the fight against the devils.
And that gives you a brand?
Yep.
Oh. Okay.
I guess I never revealed the trigger for getting new of these secondary brands. But you have a second one now.
Oh.
Which is why Emmeline has 3 of them.
Yep.
Because she goes down a lot. My main concern would be for the people around us. Obviously, for ourselves as well.
But I mean, we're fucked either way. So the fewer people we can bring down
it's,
with us, the better.
I think if being hunted, we want somewhere secure and private.
Well, the thing is, if they're trying to track via the brands and via that way, ideally, Marta's protection should do something for
should
that.
Be protected.
But, or at least slow them down. But I don't know. How visible are your guys's when you're around?
I usually do not have much revealed skin at all, so
Mine's down to a scar now,
mine is beneath armor.
and I usually wear long sleeves.
Okay.
So it's just a weird looking scar.
Except for anybody that knows what to look for, they'll know what that is.
Oh yeah, no, I'm fucked. But I usually wear long sleeves.
Mine is beneath armor.
So it's unlikely that anybody knows us as having them, at least by face.
How do you get new one? Why do I have new one?
Anytime we've been in, the only times I've noticed when I've had on the left arm was anytime we've had an extremely tough combat. Anytime it's been really close.
Oh.
So,
They-
dying give you brand?
That or fighting something incredibly powerful. Those are my
Fought
best
lots
guesses.
of powerful things. Just usually, you're the one that goes down.
Well, that would add up.
Looks at the three.
It's just like, yep,
The
that would add up. Then looks at other arm.
Oh, what?
I'm just sending a suggestion. That's all.
I think regardless,
That I wouldn't say out loud in character.
I think regardless for either circumstance, no matter how they're tracking us, it would not be wise to stay at Gresh's homestead and
No.
endanger his full family.
All right.
a goodie.
What is this about Gresh's home? As he comes back with
You
plates
have a
of food.
lovely, you have a lovely family,
Of course, no.
and
You have been good guests.
we would like to keep doing so, which is why we will likely be moving on soon.
Ah,
Seems there could be some danger coming.
I'm
And
casting
as such, do not wish to endanger family.
augury
this is appreciated.
for the act of leaving Gresh's homestead.
Augury only concerns events in the next half hour, correct?
I think so. Let me check.
Okay, double check for me.
Well, we could very easily be leaving in the next half hour.
Sure, sure. No, but the question is, would leaving make a difference in the next half hour?
Oh,
Yeah, I
probably
can
not.
predict
Or-
results up to 30 minutes.
What about maybe like being like contacting Brambleman about things, or
That's
like
we do at night.
being like, well, yeah, okay, so you would have to wait.
Okay, I know.
Okay,
I'll have to
that's
wait
fair.
on casting
That's
that
fair.
then.
There is a ritual for that.
There's a
Never
spell
mind.
for it.
Well, there's dream message, but we also
What
learned a ritual for contacting the Brambleman.
What I
Did
mean
we?
is, I have to wait on casting the augury to see
Yeah.
If it don't go. Yeah.
the outcome to closer to when I would actually be. We would actually be doing the ritual.
Yeah. It could be a thing of just like, hey, if we want to contact that which walks in silence, would that be a good idea or a bad idea? Because the conclave has decided that we need to die. And then it's just like, if it comes back as woe, better we guys don't do it. You guys don't do it. Well,
Basically, there are things that follow in our wake, and we don't want you to.
again, this is a appropriate. I was not sure how long you plan to stay in Irsank anyway.
Well,
but you
Likely
should.
will continue to be in Earsync.
Hobbled the hobbled owlbear, then.
Maybe we find a secure location.
Dark back alley.
Dark back alley. This does not sound so secure to me.
That's less secure. We would
But,
not do dark back alley.
Have you contacted your friend, the Pasha?
Not today, no.
Oh,
This is also likely a separate matter. I don't think this is something that would.
Do you know of good place to go hiding?
I know of many good places. What do you look for?
Hard to find, easy to defend.
Sound like you want cave.
Maybe we could stay with Martha.
If you wish to deal with the gods, that seems like a good way to go.
It sounds like making more deals with divine entities hasn't worked out particularly well in the past.
But, let me think on
On
this.
the other hand, we're fucked as it is. We may as well.
Okay.
You want to know how I got these scars? That's how I got these scars.
So would this be nature or survival? just to be like, where would be a good
place to hide?
Yeah, it's like I feel like
That'd
both.
be stealth. I feel like that'd be stealth.
Well,
I mean, that's
Also
I can do that
possibly-
too because this is like recall knowledge
Yeah.
stealth or something like that.
I think survival
Survival.
would be
Let's go
Survival?
because you
Okay.
can think of like hunter stations.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Generally,
I mean,
I think there's good arguments for all of the above. But we'll go
regardless
survival.
of the answer, it will be over 30.
Okay.
So
yeah, you can think of a bunch of places.
yeah,
you can
it's
hide.
just like, okay, how long do you need this for?
We do not know.
Damned if we know.
That is
Okay.
going
So
to
let me
be
see.
first thing we start trying to learn.
You will want.
But if anybody asks for us, you've never
then
met
I say
us.
you go to Akas. It's fine. You say you go to Akas. I don't care. Let's see. Okay, so you need running water, fresh, place with lots of food, lots of cover. Gresh is thinking, where would a good place to hide out for a long period of time without running into any, like, traveling caravans? Like, I'm looking for less traveled, not necessarily dangerous, but a little danger is okay. They can take care of themselves.
Sure. I mean, you can think of some caves that
Yes.
that would be fairly difficult to find. Not impossible because you found them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. But
You
I,
kind
but I
of have
also
to
spent like 30 years wandering the
Right.
forest.
I think maybe might be a good idea to at least ask Martha about this.
By all means. But
She gave us blessing to stop us from being scryed. Immediately after, we find that we are being pursued by people that would likely scry us.
it does seem like you
I
have
think she-
27 days to figure something out.
Seem a bit more plugged in than she liked to let on.
Is it like 25 days at this point?
Well, she was also asking about the awareness of the
Blessing.
bramble.
24,
The-
25, or 25, 26.
I
okay.
think
Yeah.
she knows more than we do, and she seemed at least willing to share and work with.
Wow, for a price.
Duh, but is better than not willing at all.
It's better than kill us on sight.
Okay. No giving information for free though. We lose our bargaining chips.
Duh.
If you come and need place, I guide you there. But until then, good luck.
Want to come talk to Martha?
How persuasive are you being?
That's literally what I said.
Just want to come talk to Martha? Nem.
Your loss. Probably could also be your gain. We don't know yet.
Who can say?
Yes. It's just
Your
like,
decision.
Nem. I'll be around. You know where find.
All right, so we'll talk to Martha and then we'll head to the new hiding place.
Duh. Where is cave? You say is a good location.
You will need me to guide you.
Okay.
It
well,
is. It is.
So
far
talk Martha,
into-
come back here, then
It
cave.
is. It is
All right.
far in the wilderness.
Again, thank you for your hospitality.
This is a very nice home.
We don't want to
Course
see
not.
anything happen to it. That's why we're trying to get out of here.
Of course no. I not spend much time here, but it is good. It is good to come back to. We keep it that way. Pat y'all on the back. See you later.
Get the fuck out!
like y'all have business to attend to. He's-
Adventurer business.
Yeah, he's waiting on
Adventure and God business. Two things.
like
The thunder clouds are coming.
he's waiting on the council to convene and be like,
Yes.
Gresh, go do this. Okay. Again.
Gresh solved the problem.
Gresh, go be an adventurer, but no, we won't pay you. 'Cause we changed the name.
Yes, no, it's for Vervadasat. It is duty. This is where do you think this comes from?
It's not that they don't pay him; it's that he's salaried.
Salary man?
I don't
Independent
need to be
contractor.
paid.
They take good care of it.
Okay, so what is your plan?
We're going to go harass Marta.
Okay,
I'm gonna walk into
you
it.
know where to find her.
Go to the. No, I'm think. Do we want to go find her there, or go maybe to temple and see if
The
she
temple's
finds-
like 2 days
I
away.
it
Oh, is it-
let's
is it-
let's
yeah,
just
far
let's
away.
go.
I thought it was fairly close by to the city, was it not?
No.
No,
Okay.
it was like
It was
from
not.
here. It's basically a day's trip from here.
Okay,
Yes.
I didn't realize that.
Well,
Okay.
no, it's
like-
actually about a day and a half because
Okay.
it's.
I don't have a
Oh
map.
no, it's further than that even.
I remember it being at least
we
2
went
days.
from
I
here
have-
to Toktamir.
Yeah.
From Toktamir to Temple. From Temple to Portal back
Right,
to.
and it actually
Yersank.
took you probably closer to like 3 or 4 days to get back to Yersank. Now that I'm thinking about it, because
Yeah.
it's like a day and a half for 2 days from Yersank to Toktamir, and then from Toktamir to the temple was most of a day. Then from the temple to the portal was like another day and a half.
Yeah, and those are
Yeah.
kind of meandering paths. This one,
Yes.
the Pelor to there is more direct.
Yes, the straight line
so-
isn't quite as long as the
Yeah.
entire trip, but it's a distance. No, you could get to the
Okay.
temple in a couple of days.
Okay, I thought it was closer to the town than that.
I mean, I like the idea though.
Yeah.
Just summon her back to the temple.
You're like, hi there.
The only problem is how will we know the rock isn't there anymore?
She probably knows that somebody's.
Draw a funny face on one of the statues, and she's just like, "This is disrespectful."
Very funny, but
Spider's sick.
Oh God! Get away!
Just like you thought it was dead. It was not.
It was dead. I
made
can
the
prove it.
one.
I make new spider. All right, so we'll go talk to her at the thing.
At
then.
the rink, which is gonna be fun.
Her other
This one has
her other
9
temple.
eyes. What if somebody's?
Her other temple.
Yes.
Yeah,
To the combat arena.
the
Okay.
modern temple.
Every time you kill it, it gets another eye.
Oh God.
It has 82 eyes.
It started with 1. It's died 7 times.
It's still the same strength. It's not any stronger.
It just has more.
Just
eyes.
has more eyes. It
Its
just has
perception
more.
score increases by 1.
Yeah.
I see all.
Eventually, it will go first, and it will curse you.
But yes, you go back to the fighting arena and you find Marta where she always is.
Are there like lots of other people around?
Not this early in the morning.
Thank
She's
goodness.
Still removed the glamour for them.
Hello, Martha.
Oh, good morning.
We have questions.
Okay.
Also information.
Okay.
We tell you information, you answer questions.
I'm not allowed to talk.
You seem to be failing.
After now.
Okay. Not knowing what the information is. Well, okay. I will say. I will offer you one question on spec. And then after you tell me information, I will offer more questions if it is good. Yes? I will.
That seems
no,
fair.
do this. I will give you one free question, and then after you give me information, I will tell you what the information is worth.
I'm not allowed to agree or disagree.
That is good.
That seems fair.
I think this is good.
Okay.
Now, you might want to go somewhere slightly more private.
Okay. They can't hear us now.
Okay.
It is done.
You
Just
go.
a
I think you had dream. You tell.
Globe, and it just like looks like you guys
Should
are
we
just
ask
chatting.
who, or
Just like the wind just
Think
picks
who
up.
is
Yeah.
one question we should ask? I do not know if we need to start there.
is it more important to know how she knew? Probably who. Probably
Maybe
who.
free question can
Probably-
be how much does she
Who
already
is
know?
probably most important?
Okay. Last we had met, you offered us a boon at the time that we did not know what it was for.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who is allow me to rephrase, who is pursuing
You are getting better.
We've had a long couple of days.
I do not know specifically, but I would guess agents of the Conclave.
Ivan knows. All right, what do we know?
What information are we giving?
I think you just tell a story.
Doesn't she know this?
Maybe.
How far back? All of it?
I think start with just what happened today, what we figured out today.
We are acquainted less pleasantly with a person who used to work closely with one of the twins, or at least seemed to think that they work closely, or something. A follower.
They are good at that.
Yeah. She's convinced we, well, and in some ways we are forced into this, are of their cadre, and mentioned that we are being hunted. And also, we now know that the Bramble Man is no longer in. in captivity. That is the information we have.
You've been warned that we should go to ground. We come seeking some measure of advice on this, since you seem to know quite a bit more and have been helpful so far.
Yes. Well, that is good information. I know most of it, but it's still good.
Oh, interesting tidbit.
Hmm.
Ashen Men is open to exploring new opportunities. In terms of,
Yes.
well, not murderous. That's news to us.
He was always an ambitious one.
Yeah, usually just in the murdery sense. That at least should be worth something.
Yes. Well, I will give you this for free because it is amusing in that context. Do not confuse hunger for standard practice.
If we let Tessie talk, is that worth anything?
Yes.
So the Ashen Man.
Now that we have established, like, a trading system, if she gives up secrets, we get secrets.
We're like, hey, look, we'll open the faucet.
So the Ashen Man was murdery because he was hungry.
Say instead that he murders when he is hungry.
It does seem to be how vampires tend to operate, though.
In keeping with the theme.
So it's less that he likes murder and more that he needs it.
I did not say that.
Oh, he likes it and he needs it.
I did not say that either. I only say that he requires it.
Did we ever find out what specifically he was vying for as deity? He's fighting Brambleman for nightmares? Nope.
It was-
Okay.
What are you asking me? I don't...
I do not remember.
Okay. What questions have we for Marta then? Do we get questions?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we
I
get
will give
questions.
you 3 plus whatever she says is worth.
If
Unleash the Tessie.
Go, Tessie, go.
ask for where would be secure, what kind of thing would help to be secure against things? advice for course of action, basically. Also, would you think we should ask, are they hunting us specifically? Or is
I like
it
that
a
question
more
better.
vague kind of thing?
Are they hunting? Are they targeting? Do they know who they're hunting, or are they just chasing off of the brands?
Are we specifically targeted?
I do not know. I will say I expect that they are hunting the sources of his power.
Okay.
His power.
That makes sense for the Ashen Man,
Yeah.
because he kills people to gain followers.
Yeah.
So I am assuming that if indeed you are being hunted, it is because they want to starve him out.
We never did find out what those artifacts did. Did we?
No.
Which ones?
There were. You have to say it.
Sherry
the
can't
terms of
remember
agreement.
it,
There-
but
there was-
Tessie remembers it.
There was a scale, a star, and you actually never learned what the third one was.
Okay.
And it was.
But you've done enough research that I could give it to you. It was an acorn.
They were objects that the Brambleman was perceiving.
It was a scale, a star, and an acorn, and Tirla had sent us to get them.
She was theoretically going to use them as ritual components for a more perfect,
Zombie monster thing.
resurrection ritual. But they were also, I think, going to go to the Brambleman in eventuality.
That is good to know. That's 2 more.
Yeah, we got 3 more questions.
That's
then.
pretty good. That's pretty good.
Worthwhile trade. Go, Tessie, go.
Do we want to ask what they were for? Or do we want to stick to one topic?
I mean, we have 3 questions. That seems
5
worth
now.
5 now.
Yeah.
Well, we used 1.
4
Oh,
now.
yeah, 4 now.
4. I just miscounted.
now. Yeah.
I counted the free one.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Do you know what were those what were those rituals objects for?
There is an old rite that can affect the barrier between worlds. I suspect they were to be used as part of it. But it is more complicated than that. The barrier is not just a wall. It is, in its essence, the rules we live under. So, whether it is to leave, or to bring something in, or to change the rules, I do not know.
So they
Ooh,
were.
I don't like that last one.
Should we ask question about what she knows about why there is portal to hell sometimes?
Well, we kind of
it's
vaguely
not
know.
supposed to be any other realms, and now there are.
From what we've learned in adventuring, we know that the barrier that is from our world to the others is weakening for whatever reason.
Does she know anything about that? Do we want
But
to
how to
ask
put
her?
that into a concise question?
I feel like that's a fairly concise question. She can hear our debates. We can just ask her
It's
that
important.
we want to use a question to get an answer. It's not like we're stepping aside. She's right there.
I understand that, but I'm trying to keep it for everybody's sake. I'm trying to keep things detailed in as much in practice for other deities.
The astral spirit of Gresh whispers in your ear.
Now this is Joe.
Yes, the astral spirit of Joe whispers in your
The
ear.
problem is
An arrow with a message tied to it just lands at our feet. Oh, look at this!
that's
I'm
a
just
missive.
saying.
For you,
I'm
sir.
just saying. I'm just saying.
That's a great idea. Emmeline has a wisdom score of 0.
Oh, that's okay. Hey, Ivan.
Hey, I have a wisdom score.
Emmeline's not that clever. She's smart, but she's not that clever.
It's too good for me to ignore it, but I feel bad just taking it.
That's fair.
I did not roll a good
Oh,
wisdom
damn.
score.
Okay, fair enough.
Ivan doesn't think of that question.
Can I
Yeah,
read what you want?
Yeah, sure.
He was saying we should ask what the best question is.
Yeah.
And that's a great idea. But it just is, it's not.
I mean, like, Gresh wouldn't have thought of that either. He's not that smart.
Ivan
So-
would have, except that he didn't.
Yes.
Emmeline's smart enough, but she's not wise enough to
Yes.
put that together.
It's-
So real quick, before we start that, and actually Tessie might think of that.
One more try.
We'll see.
I mean,
no,
it could be.
I don't know.
She's like very.
Information
Yeah,
centered.
you're very
Uh-huh.
information centric, so
Sure.
like that might be something that she just comes
She might
up
also
with.
assume
So-
it's too subjective a question to
Yeah.
receive a useful answer.
Yeah, or something that she just flat wouldn't answer.
Yeah.
Right.
So Tessie's going to start reciting the poem about the gods.
Okay.
So first came Huntress, stalking wild. Second, sage, dissonance reconciled. Third, noble, dominion and grace. Next was his mistress, his people's embrace. Fifth, warrior, incomparably strong. Sixth, the voice, the truth, her song. She's going to show, I think she made drawings of the robe and the pedestal.
Okay.
She's going to show them to
She's just fishing for more questions.
yes.
She's like,
That's exactly what
do you know
she's
this
doing.
one? Do you know this one?
It is a nice poem. Okay, you get one more for that.
And then she's going to show her the picture of
works.
the robe and the pedestal.
Oh, I've seen those.
I'd imagine that you probably have.
Tessie,
But
you're,
this is a good effort.
you're information minded. What do we need to know? What are we lacking?
Is there any... Perhaps...
What is a good question to ask? Geez, I was just scared I had actually asked that.
Back down to 4.
I don't know.
Well,
Wisdom 1, I guess. Yeah.
there are many things you might want to know. What I think is most important is not necessarily what you think is most important. But if it were me, I would want to know more about the
I suppose if you were us would be the,
yes.
the
if I
context
were
of the
you,
question.
I guess. I would want to know more about the twins, but that may not be as useful to you as it would be to me in your situation.
That might be a good thing to ask about. Save that
Perhaps
question.
we could enter in some kind of arrangement in some way that would allow us to assist you, work for you, help you with things you may need in exchange. In exchange maybe for basic protection and information to help our study.
You would like to become my disciples?
Not as much
That's basically what you're asking.
Remain independent contractor. Let's
Ivan,
say.
that's basically what you're asking.
Eh,
People who work for gods are normally tied to them.
which is why I think is asking, is there a way we can work for you, since you seem to be different, shall we say?
That is true.
You don't follow normal convention.
This is
And we're dealing with a lot
true.
of things that do not follow normal convention, and I feel
But
playing...
binding-
I feel this is too big and going to be longer than Game of 20 Questions is going to answer.
Yes, but binding yourself to a deity?
Which is why I don't want to bind ourselves to her, but rather make a more long-term arrangement of give and take.
That's binding yourself.
That's binding yourself to a deity, Ivan.
There's no more binding myself to deity than bind yourself to work you go to.
Yes! But these things play out longer than what you tend to think, or they cost more than you know. Which is
Sometimes.
the great majority of times.
Would it be a bad idea to work for you?
Yes! I mean, if you want to enter into some sort of arrangement like that, by all means, go ahead. But it hasn't ended well for my family.
And get ready to change the heraldry on your armor.
No, see, that is thing that would say I would not do.
Then
I do not want to become cleric of her.
It would be a conflict of interest for me to have a cleric of another deity working for me.
Possibly, depends on what you want done.
You really
How do
don't
you
seem to
feel
understand.
about the gleaming marshal?
I'm sure her having a name and not being in the Pantheon means they get along great.
He's a effing cleric, and he doesn't seem to understand transactional relationships with deities.
I understand there is difference between transactional relationship with deity and being bound intrinsically to one. I am bound intrinsically to one.
Then why
It
are
does
you
not mean
trying
that
to
I would never do anything for
Two.
one.
Two.
One.
Two.
Bound intrinsically to one. Situationally to another.
Duh.
Does arm
But
not
if-
count as intrinsic?
Not to me.
You can
If-
chop off the arm.
There will come time where I can heal that too, and might be a good solution. Regardless, is if that which walks in silence has task he need done, and I am convenient and asks for
They.
they would need done, and has task they wish me to do, I would not just reject out of hand because I am cleric of martial, nor would it mean that if there would maybe situation which I would be better placed or better capable than someone else in the immediate area for that specific task, would be not necessarily, it would not be against the marshal's code to help out that individual.
But there's a difference between I'm helping you out with the task at hand and I am exchanging my service for your protection. I'm exchanging my service for your protection is binding yourself to a deity.
Depending on what form it takes.
Well, in the instance of the Star Strides, they're not always. They follow that which walks in silence. They do their duties to that.
Duh.
But they don't. They are not bound to them. They are not constantly receiving the protection. They have not made a deal for that.
And I am not saying we should make a deal to be like, bound to her in some intrinsic and absolute way. We have blessing of her that prevents scrying right now.
You are welcome to do this as you want. I will have no part of it. We have our 4 questions. We can ask those. What was the question?
She suggested that you.
Ask about the twins.
Yeah. She said that were she in your shoes, she would want to know
Because
more
you
about the
asked, I
twins.
should be more specific too. If I were your group as a whole, I would want to know about the twins. If I were you, I would want to know about that which walks in silence. But you asked the question,
Yes.
so I will answer both generally and specifically.
Duh.
Okay.
So many rolling
How about this? How public is the hunt?
Aren't they
That way we
good?
know if it's Cadia coming after us or just the Enclave.
They're rolling ours.
It's a
They
good
be
question.
hard sometimes.
Okay, how public?
6 of them in a row. That's
How public is this hunt? Is it all of Cadia coming after us or just Enclave's
I
agents?
doubt it's Cadians at all.
Okay.
They
I only ask because Cadia is strongly oriented with some of the members of the Enclave.
Yes, but not the ones that they send to hunt people. That would be the Seeker and the Caller.
Oh boy.
We're fucked.
Okay.
That is still only one question. I technically gave 2 answers.
She's being generous.
3.
Accept this generosity.
And that's why you don't get comfortable with it. You just take it, but you don't get comfortable with it.
The main thing right now is I have a lot I wish to learn. And it seemed like is good time perhaps to remain a bit more stationary and perhaps in a situation where we can simply do some learning. I would like to be able to hide in the area where we are still able to be productive.
Where is the best place to learn information that is relevant to our current situation
The
in
Conclave,
regards to the
probably.
twins?
Fuck.
Can't go there.
Yeah.
You could.
You could for the next 24 days.
Do you want to
We
add-
can go there?
You. Yeah,
You could. You are free to turn yourselves in, and then the purpose of everything will likely become clear. Well, the purpose of their hunting you anyway.
Yeah, that's also probably how we die.
How many do
Not
we have
likely.
left?
What?
The Conclave can't kill you.
What?
It is in the rules. The gods don't kill mortals.
Yeah, but they have people.
Yes. If the hunters find you, I cannot promise anything. But if you just go to them, I'm not advising it. I'm saying it is an option.
Like, nope, we've got it on good authority.
Yeah.
Let's go.
This one's on you, Marta.
Thing is, I want more questions.
Well, you can make a trade for more questions.
Because
But
I
let's
want to
resolve these
know-
ones first.
Because I want to know, for example, why does Martha have a name?
That is a good question.
It is a good question. I just do not know if it's necessarily pertinent in
I
the
will give you this
immediacy.
for free. Marta is not my real name.
No shit. How many do we
That
have
much I
left?
likely had figured out.
I just thought it was best to be clear.
Confirmation is nice. I do appreciate that. Спасибо.
Test it.
How many do we have left?
I count 3.
3.
Okay.
If I want to know a place that we can, one, not be murdered by people sent after us, and more specifically, not have other people get murdered in their pursuit of us, and two, be able to look things up. It seems like we have someone who is at least not hostile, who has a lot of information, is willing to trade for it, and has the ability to not have them hurt people and find us.
Yes, and that there can be a negotiation. You can pursue that negotiation. I am saying you should do that after this negotiation is complete. We have
saying
3
it
more
might-
questions. Use
I'm
those.
saying those questions might be useful in assisting in this negotiation.
Okay.
And if we have a negotiation which allows us to find answers on things later over a long-term thing, then we don't need to use these right now for specific answers. We will get those answers. Right now, we should be somewhere where we can be secure and where we can learn things. Because we are not going to get all of answers we want right now, no
Yes.
matter how many questions.
Which
So let's use these questions to develop long-term solution, and then use long-term solution to get answers.
that was the purpose of my last question,
Yeah.
of figuring out where the best place we could learn things is. So I need your help to come up with more questions like that.
Well, I think that the best way is to negotiate with Marta in a way that allows us to have some long-standing proposition of where we can be that will allow us to seek and get answers, and allow us to not have to be worried that anyone we talk to might get murdered by hunters.
Okay. by all means, ask that.
And it was just why I said that we should enter into some form of arrangement, not intrinsically buy, not become thing, but she has answers, is willing to trade for questions.
Yeah, ask about that as an arrangement.
As an
we can
arrangement,
table
is
our.
there a way we can do that? To seek knowledge in a way that is not going to put everyone around us at risk of being killed by hunters. Which is why I asked if you had anything that you would like, because you seem to be capable of protecting people that are around you, at least us, from being discovered, as well as have information that we would like to seek.
That is true. I do not have libraries or places of this sort, not anymore.
By and large, knowledge can come from libraries or an individual, and you seem to have plenty of knowledge.
As fun as it would be, I also cannot spend all my time answering your
Obviously
questions.
not.
But it is possible we could come up with something. The trouble is, I have very little interest in entering into a war against the Conclave. And if I were, for instance, to be found harboring renegade clerics of one of their gods, or for instance, or
I do not like being
whatever you
considered
are.
that.
Yeah.
that would be a possible outcome. That doesn't need to be one of your questions. That was a different proposition.
3 questions.
Okay, that's where a good location would be. Problem
We
is...
did ask that. That got us the Enclave. We could
Well,
ask
no,
that.
no. That question was, where can we learn more?
Where's the best place to learn
Yeah.
more? That is the
Yeah,
best
you-
place to
We
learn
asked
more.
the best
Yeah.
place.
It
We
is
didn't
not
ask
the safest place
safest,
to learn
yeah.
more.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
want something that's both the best and safe for us and others.
Okay, so what would be a good balance of the safest place and best place to learn information?
Duh.
What would be a balance of the safest place and best place to learn information pertinent to the situation? 2.
What would be the most reasonable course of action?
I would say your monastery has excellent information, though less protected now.
But people wouldn't be looking for anyone there.
My concern is we are protected from scrying for limited time.
That's
That will
a
run
good
out.
use of that time.
Duh, but after that time runs out, we should consider having way of refreshing protection.
Yes, we will get there. These questions first.
The Akasai have significant knowledge they may be willing to give you.
Akas
Ready to
keeps-
go to Dragon Town?
Akas
You
keeps
ready to
coming
go-
up.
You ready to go to Dragon
I
Town?
do have spells that kills people who break my creeds in front of me, so...
Believing in dragons does not break your greed.
It's close enough.
Worshipping
Cast a
dragons
spell and
might.
find out.
Worshipping dragons might, though. 2 questions. Anything about the
other
twins?
than that, safety would become an issue anywhere else. For knowledge, Othland.
I feel like
Or
Collar-
possibly some archive in Cadia.
We could ask if cutting off our arms would in fact remove the bramble
I'll
brand
give
from
you
us,
this one
apparently.
free. No. Idiots.
You don't know. Sometimes it work.
It is a magical symbol. It will not
It's a
go
magic symbol
away.
on my arm.
Yes.
This is not
You
the
chop
only
it
thing it
off
would
and
work
move
for.
to
The
your
mark
chest.
is not about your arm. It just happens to be there.
I can
But
think
will
of
they
several
know?
things that would work for.
But will they
Yes.
know?
There are many things. Wounds. But the mark isn't on your arm, it's on you.
Do you want to ask how we could get rid of the marks?
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
It's one I was saving for later because we had an immediate concern first.
That's a good question. High wisdom score.
That's a good one.
Like the second one I thought of, but was not immediately relevant.
How would we get rid of those marks then?
You could repay whatever debt is it represents. Alternatively, you could sell the debt to someone else.
You can do that?
Yes. All debt is transactional.
Isn't that,
Anybody want to buy some debt?
isn't that kind of what happened to you?
Yeah, apparently. Not liking thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's probably how we got these ones.
Oh, because we owed her for saving us, so she transferred the marks onto...
Yeah, she in fact did not kill you when she had rights to. All that time ago in episode 2. Holy shit.
Killed the entire party,
Holy
Dave.
shit.
The mechanics of debt and payment began early in this game.
Oh my god.
Well, that was a worthwhile question. We all in debt.
Alternatively, a wish spell.
Oh,
I'm just being
is that all?
comprehensive. A miracle would work too.
Okay, we'll get right on that.
Well, that's long-term goals.
Alternatively, just be level 20.
Just saying.
You could just be level 20.
19.
19? 19. Okay.
Oh, it's an option.
Actually, I think first
Is it a wish per
spells
bramble?
are 18, right? First 10th level spells?
No, 19.
Is it 19? Okay.
Is it one wish per brand?
I'm gonna go with no.
A steady process of every day prepare it and wish
Yeah.
again.
Dave is not quite that much of a dick.
It's like I cast it. The casting of Miracle almost killed me. I earn another brand.
But
Oh yeah, it's dead.
My situation was slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still the same answer for me?
I cannot say with absolute certainty, but these are marks of a debt of some kind.
Why do I keep getting more?
It is not an increase in debt that gives you more. That you are marked is the debt.
Oh,
Does
so
that
it's
one count?
all or nothing.
The second one, no.
So it's all or nothing.
It was valuable information, so
Yes.
I had to ask. Two more?
It was a function of the first.
Should we save them for later? Do research at the monastery, come back on our way? If we
I
have to go to
think-
Akos, go to Akos.
I think we should try to find and save Tirla.
Why?
Because that repays the debt.
Oh.
That is a good point.
Oh.
If we are near Tirla, we're going to be near whatever's chasing her, which now we know is the Seeker and the Caller, and I... Not a big fan of that.
I don't think we should
Not
fight them directly.
personally.
Everything
But
moves
they're
through
agents,
channels.
Yes. I want to be clear because I was the one who said it.
Yeah. Understood.
They are probably right now confused as to why they are unable to find us. In addition, the last place they'd expect us to be going would be towards them. Which means it's likely we could avoid the tension.
I feel like there was a movie scene about this, but I don't remember it off the top of my head.
It's likely we could avoid the tension until we get into a position of helping Tirla escape from a situation she would not be able to on her own. Not have to fight people directly in straight combat, but just help her escape a situation she would not have been able to that would have resulted in her death. It would repay the debt, if we're clever about it and sneaky about it. could be a way to go about that. Would probably not leave much time for research. That would have to be later. Also, probably would not be permanent solution for her, but that doesn't seem like our problem.
Well,
Also, that would only absolve 3 of you. Emmeline would still be haunted.
well,
Duh.
Yes.
Also, sorry, I'm not here.
I know it's
I
only...
still have a separate problem, and that's gonna be something to.
But at least that is one down?
That's not a terrible idea. Actually, we could find out if that's a terrible idea. Should we find out if that's a terrible idea? We have 2 questions left.
I mean, it's risky idea and is not guaranteed, but I feel like if we... Worth asking if you have nothing else to ask, but I think we can guess for ourselves the answer to it. Which is risky idea, doesn't have huge chance of success, but even being a long shot might be only shot. So is it worth taking is more up to us.
Okay.
That's
Questions
it.
about the twins, then. We know that they resemble beings
One
from
thing
another
I'm
plane.
curious about, and do not know if I want to be full question, is if the other gods had different names before, and if they ever had actual names.
Well, they said that
they
they
had-
gave up their names in
But
the...
did they have other names before this that has been changed, like that which Walks in Silence did? Did all of them have that? Was there different pantheon for a while?
Are the gods fucking liars or not?
The answer is yes.
We
Well, no, there
already
can't.
have
They can't be.
proof
There's
that they're
rules.
fucking liars.
There's rules, Joe. They can't lie.
They just can't lie.
We could also
Currently.
ask how many, if any, of the rules are lies?
Can you ask
Or
what
wrong?
the rules are?
What the
Don't
real
do that
rules?
to me. And I have to list them comprehensively off the top of my head.
I feel like that would be too big of a question anyway to count for this.
I am asking you out of character. Don't do that to me on 5 hours of sleep.
Who's like, Marta,
Joe.
can you tell us what the laws are?
Hey, Dave,
No.
can you listen up?
Hey, just recite the whole plot, please.
Yeah, can we have the answers?
But,
Can I have the script? Give me the script.
But it could be worth asking what rules are maybe not quite so solid as we originally assumed. For example, the existence of other planes is something that we thought was not a thing. Turns out it is. We could ask what specifically is causing the erosion of the barrier, if we wanted to ask about those things.
I feel like the second one might be unknown.
Maybe. We could
We could ask if...
about the nature of the Bramble Man, why he isn't in Conclave, or what happened there.
We could ask why they're going after them. But we kind of already know that because they're trying to siphon his power.
Yeah, they're trying
Yeah.
to starve him out.
Or at least that's speculation. We think that that's what they're doing. Should we table questions for later? Can we table questions for later?
That persists. I owe you 2 questions.
Oh God, there are questions
I want to ask. There are questions
that Joe wants to ask.
There are,
So many questions.
Oh.
also, we should figure out probably better way to repay your other debt, whatever it is.
I don't really know of a specific question. How does one repay?
You could.
I would offer more
Gresh
advice
could
on
have
what
come.
to.
It would have been easy.
I would offer more advice on what to.
This is your
He's
own
still-
fault, Joe.
He still wouldn't have been helpful.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
He wouldn't have been helpful. He would not have wanted to ask the questions that I want to
Yep.
ask. So it wouldn't have mattered.
But I do not.
We could ask, who is the Bramble Man?
You could do that.
Finally have an answer.
I do not know large details about that, so I cannot provide a specific answer of how ways to pay off. But
Based on her answer, I don't think Marta knows either. The specific nature.
I would need to know more about the nature of the arrangement.
I player would need a timeout on that one because I need a refresher. There's like some of the details that
Let's save that one for later.
we will table that.
Yeah, because that's stuff that we talked about 2 years ago.
These plot points have been moving for a while,
Yep.
boys.
And the pieces are finally coming together.
This
I
is
would
After
like
2 years.
my only
Amazing.
concern. I would like to maybe think on these last 2 questions for a bit longer, do some research, figure out some stuff. However, I am a little concerned that if we want to try and get rid of our debt to Tirla, that may be a time-sensitive issue. And sitting around and waiting may... Well... If the person we owe debt to dies,
debt persists.
The debt.
She
The
just
debt.
is
said
it
that.
just
She just said debt persists.
The debt is
unable
not-
to be repaid in any way?
The
you
debt-
can repay the Bramble Man.
The debt goes to the Bramble Man. She owed the Bramble Man. She passed that on
Oh,
to
should
us.
I shut up?
Yes.
So, if she dies, we still have to pay our debt to him.
Because that's an in-character.
To him.
Right. But
So, regardless, it would have to be repaid. It's probably easier to pay it now. But it has saved us in the past. Twice.
Well, I haven't done anything.
That's because you don't die.
Perhaps you should take a page out of my book. Seems like I'm onto something here.
You're also the one trying to, like, bind yourself to a god, so...
I'm already bound to a god.
A
It
sec-
turns out that as cleric, I do not have much issue working for God. It's kind of job description. I work for one god more than any others. Turns out, still okay with gods. Something I have not had negative experience with in the past.
You kind of have.
A couple. Most have been okay.
the literally one you've interacted with from the conclave. Been fine. Every other
cool.
god.
One gives me magic.
Yeah.
One showed up and was normal-ish.
Sure.
This person's chatty. I like her.
One we owe a bunch of debt to.
Brambleman, I'm unsure about. I don't know enough about him either way, but he's been cordial, if nothing else. It's really the Ashman's the only one that's really been a negative experience. But 1 out of, like, the 4 I've met. Like, it seems like, on average, they tend to be fine.
Anyway.
That's an interesting way of viewing
Well,
it.
so
So-
now there are 2 that are chasing you down and trying to kill you, but you know.
Perhaps
You know.
we table then the last 2 questions for another time. When we know more.
Duh.
Which means that then we have to decide what to do from here.
Duh.
Thank you for asking the current questions that we had. So, the question is to save Tirla or not, if she even needs it. She seems to be fairly skilled at going to ground.
She's reasonably skilled, so she couldn't not need it at all. And
I don't really want to be associated with her.
I agree. I just also think getting rid of some of that debt would be nice. But I think learning more is probably a better way.
Guys, I wanted to cast 5th level harm spells on you.
So, to talk to Mir?
For now seems like a good place to start. It's secure enough.
One more
and
question.
Rarely traveled.
If the Seeker and Caller's agents come to you and ask where we are, how likely is it that you'd give them that information?
They would need to offer something very nice for me not to just make them forget I exist.
That seems reasonably in our favor.
It is unlikely they have anything I want.
Okay, I'm willing to lose a question on that.
for peace of mind.
Is a reasonable question.
All right then.
Joe's over here suffering.
I did it to myself.
We exist to hurt you, Joe.
No, it's fine.
We wish to cause you pain.
I'm plenty good.
We're gonna save that.
Pretty good at that.
We're gonna save that one more question for later, so it just taunts Joe for.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh my god!
It's ice cream.
Just like fucking ask the most superfluous, like, what's your favorite day of the week?
Will you fix the next gladiator match for me? No. Last question gone.
Very well.
Well, I will be here. If you find anything else interesting, let me know.
Us? Not likely.
Never. What's
Okay.
that?
Thank you for your time.
Have fun.
Also unlikely.
Yes, but it is nice to try.
Even Martha's like, yeah, no, you guys are fucked.
This is just like, wouldn't want to be in your shoes.
All right. So I guess we're gonna come back to Gresh.
Hello.
Hey, Gresh,
Greetings.
you got to hang out with your grandkids.
Yeah.
Wasn't that nice?
It was a nice time.
You
We-
played catch the potato or something.
Yes, I was the potato. They
Yes.
threw me. Mostly they throw potatoes at me. It is fun game for children. Welcome back.
And then your friends, acquaintances, traveling companions, whatever they are, they show up again.
Blood
Yes.
Hunt pal.
Yes.
I was expecting you back. Where to?
We would like to.
Probably
Oh, go ahead.
start to talk to Mir.
Talk to me. This is good. I probably have business. They will likely be sending some folks there. It would be nice to keep the grounds secure. We can do this thing. I will
else
go.
You have to take down your son.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yes.
Blood Hunt complete.
I have business there as well, as it turns out.
Just slap a sold sign on.
Yeah, just like kick it over. Yeah. Oh yeah, we should probably clean up those bodies too.
I will say, given that you know that they found your sign, chances are somebody's already been on that.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably generally been mostly cleaned up, if nothing else.
Yes. Okay. But yes, we can go.
Хорошо.
All right. I will be back. I wave it to the family. And then I turn around and I walk out.
You get waves from all of your little grandchildren.
Yes. One more potato pelts me in the back of the head. It's like, ah.
Their name is good.
Potato.
Yeah. Just like, respect.
Good throw. Good throw.
That's
That's
small
one has a
child.
rogue.
Can you hit the 8th level fighter with thrown objects?
When he's very, very flat-footed, yes.
Yes. But yes. Okay. We will make our way. I'm sure. Do you have all your supplies? Is there anything you need?
I believe at the moment most of my stuff is already packed.
Excellent. Let us depart. And he leaves instructions to, like, he basically leaves word to be like, hey, if the Council of Chieftains have orders, Matt Tokdemir,
I'm out.
I'll be back in a few days. I'm not that far away.
Okay.
Tell me, Gresh, while we're walking,
Yes.
how scholarly are you? Do you do much reading, research, things like that?
Is it about tanning or nature? I can tell you what berries to eat, which ones not to eat, what makes good pipe weed, what does not.
Are you good at doing book research?
What is a book? I joke. No, I am not good at the book.
We will probably be doing lots of book, is mostly what we do there.
This is fine.
If you wish to help, we like help. Otherwise, I will probably want to do sparring as well, because reading lots of book is sometimes tedious.
Well, I will mostly spend time in the region gathering supplies, keeping the foods stocked. I'm sure this will be of value to you all,
For
as
sure.
well as
It will be.
probably maintaining. I don't know when or if or what monks will return from the northern camps. But we want to make sure that the monastery is as functional as possible. So this is likely what I will spend my time working on.
No.
We still haven't heard from Pasha
But
yet.
sure, we could spar. You should also
We
message
should
your golden
message
friend.
Fasha. Duh.
Shining Man does not.
Let's take
call
time
back.
do that now. We said we should contact him. It's about the same time as we contacted him before, so let's take some time to do this.
He would have told you when he was teaching the ritual, by the way. He can't call you back. He can only
Only
the barrier
respond.
keeps him from
Oh,
calling
right.
He
you.
can't call in.
You have
Yeah.
to call
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, he has to fucking
Yeah.
astral
Let's,
project if he
let's
needs to get
contact
to
him
us.
now.
And that means
And
he
I'll
has
start-
to know where you are.
I'll
and
start
you can't
getting
be
ritual
scrubbed.
ready.
That's true.
And Ivan kind of sets these things down and starts setting up the
Use the
the
big
ritual.
dice.
And
Should we do this here or should we do this at Toktamir?
that's right here, I think. Earlier is better.
So we're like in the forest in like a clearing.
Okay, it's pretty good.
There, that's a roll.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Something not 4 or 5. That's the important thing.
That is a 29 for me.
28.
Okay.
Emmeline's getting better. She didn't fuck it up this time.
Emmeline practicing her wordplay with Marta seems to have helped with the ritual casting process.
Yeah.
And
No, you don't have to be polite. It's a ritual.
Yes.
No, you don't have to be polite.
And Ivan is now properly getting kind of the rhythm of this whole process, and the ritual goes off without a hitch.
Oh shit, we need 25
Somebody-
words.
Yes. send a message.
Probably, well, and I'm assuming that while setting up, we'd be able to think a bit of like,
Probably let
Just
him know we'll
ask-
be at Toktamir.
do we want to just use ritual? Just ask how is things have gone so far. We don't have any new information to give. We simply are asking them to see how it is.
Did you succeed? We are under pursuit. By
I did reverse order, but
we are under pursuit by local planar.
local god. Don't know if he has different god or not, but it seems if other planes exist, maybe these gods are only of this plane. I do not know how. it works.
We'll just say
Other
we don't need to say gods. We can just say factions of this plane.
We are
Okay,
are
so
under
we are
pursuit.
under pursuit by factions of this plane. Were you successful in your
hunt.
hunt?
This seems fine.
Send the dings.
Okay.
We're going to Toktamir.
Oh, we will be at Toktamir.
There we go.
That should be.
I didn't know if he had a conscious.
He can't locate us because we can't be scried.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know if like locations do anything for him.
He spent some time at Toktamir. so-
That's true.
He knows what the monastery is. He's been
Right.
there,
Yeah.
So
We return to
But yeah.
Toktamir.
Okay. So you send off the message by way of the ritual, and a few moments later you hear Pasha's voice. I see. I am unlikely to be able to help with your pursuit situation, but we were successful and recovered 3 of the 4, including Emmeline's cousin.
Hey.
The 4th, unfortunately, was killed in the conflict.
Yeah, but it's not
hey,
Emily.
3 out
That's
of
the
4.
important
That's
part.
not bad. 3 out of 4. That's not bad.
I thought about torturing you with that, but no, I will not.
Yay.
Because you would just cast the ritual again and find out.
Yeah, just like
Which
what
one was it?
about the blue one?
Because you would just sit here for another hour
Yep.
straight through.
What about the punchy ones? They're all punchy ones.
They are recovering under our care.
Excellent. Do we make it to Toktamir in one day?
No, it takes about 2 days.
2 days. Okay. Yes. Well, this time there be no distractions. We establish good watch. We keep eye out for Tom.
The
Just like looks around.
there are 2 entrances to it, right?
Toksimir?
Yeah.
Yeah, the front.
Two.
Yeah.
There's the front and the side,
Yes.
right? Cool. They are both going to be alarmed for
Okay.
the
Yeah.
duration of our stay.
Sure.
Yep.
We're at day 25 for by the time we get there for
Oh, in terms of how long you have left?
yeah.
23 by the time you get there, I think.
Okay.
If my math's right. Somewhere around there.
23 days of scribe protection.
Yes.
Of scribe protection.
Anti-scry, 23 days.
23 days remaining.
Yeah. We can roll some of them their perception checks for our way to the Tokdemir.
Sounds good.
I will do the first watch. That is
That's a breakfast place.
28
Okay.
for my perception for my first watch.
And you are just looking for possible threats?
Yes, I want to be made aware of possible threats,
We want to know if there's vampires walking up on us.
especially Tom's.
Especially Toms.
Yes,
You see no Toms,
wonderful.
and you do not see anything that resembles non-Tom threats.
Excellent.
There's no tomfoolery.
Yes. There are no Toms except the ones in your party,
We
which
know.
are all of you.
We're all Tom. Deep inside, we're all Tom.
It's okay.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
You know it to be Tom. So
I hate everything. I quit.
who is taking the second watch of the first night to Tokdemir?
Let's find out how bad Emmeline's perception is right now. Cousin's still alive, you guys.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not bad.
No.
26.
Okay. Yeah, you don't see anything out of the ordinary other than the normal local wildlife, which is, a little abnormal for you, but you've gotten used to it.
We've been here long enough.
This wolf has lightning on it, but whatever.
It's fine.
It's like
What's a wolf without a little lightning?
Come on.
All those boring Cadian wolves seem so quaint now.
The wildlife seems so much friendlier at level 1.
We just had some goblins, a couple of weird little pixie things. God.
Some thorn zombies.
oh god, thorn zombies.
No
Oh,
worries. He's right here.
Still here.
Oh no.
We still have them.
And final watch.
Yeah,
Who's
somebody else.
taking the
Who's
last
I'll
watch?
take final watch.
Okay.
Roll.
That's
Hey.
good.
That's
31.
Other than a cold night, it's pretty quiet.
Cool.
We're on our way back to Tokdemir. We know this place.
Really?
Yeah.
I like final watch because it gives me a nice quiet time where I can sit and polish my armor and prepare my spells.
Mm-hmm.
After a solid length of rest, uninterrupted rest.
At some point, Ivan's gonna polish his armor so much that there's no armor left. It's just gonna be gone.
It's just like I've made thin plate.
It's lighter now.
Yeah. That makes it more effective. I think.
Yeah, there we go. Italy just has a sheet of aluminum foil.
Anyway,
Day
you all wake up. Oh, was anybody actually casting any dream messages that you could talk about
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at this.
I don't talk to the Brableman unless I absolutely have to.
Yes. You don't call him, he calls you.
Right, we did call him once,
How that
twice
works.
even.
Yes.
Because they told me to call him one time, and then the second time we called out for help, which was probably a bad idea.
You mean the time he got captured helping you?
Yeah,
Why
well,
would that
it-
have been a bad idea?
It seemed to have worked out okay for him.
He just got a little tortured by the conclave.
It's
Oh.
fine.
Okay.
What's a little bit of torture between friends?
All right, so I am going to attempt to.
Literally every time you contacted after that, he was unable to speak and in chains. What part of that sounds like working out okay?
It's fine. He's free now. It's in the past.
Water under the bridge.
I am going to try to contact Tirla via dream message.
Okay. And what are you planning to contact?
I'm going to ask if she can give us any more details about who is after us.
But we know.
Also, is there anything we can do to help her?
Okay. So, as you all get to the end of your nightly watches and wake up in the morning, I think that is where we will end the episode today, because she can't actually respond until
The next
she
day.
gets spells.
Yes.
But
Hey.
well on your way to the Tokdemir Monastery again, having survived all of the stuff.
Yes.
All the bullshit.
You have 5 questions to ask the GM anything, and Joe isn't there.
I'm not allowed to talk.
Oh, that was fun. Thank you all for sticking with us here through another episode of Have Dice Will Save. We very much appreciate having you here with us.
We do.
If you like what we're doing, you can look down below. We have links to all of our social media if you want to keep an eye out for new thoughts, new ideas, new plans of ours. Or if you want to talk to us, we do also have a Discord server, or you can just talk to us on the other social media. It's not like we ignore it.
We do not pay attention.
I do not answer Twitter ever.
But the Discord has the lovely memes.
But the Discord does have the lovely memes.
Does have the memes.
And also has the lovely community games occasionally. So,
They
all
have
of that is down below for your consideration. If you really like what we're doing, you might want to follow us on YouTube or on Twitch. I guess it's follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube.
Subscribe, hit the bell icon.
Yes, all
Do
of
all
that
of
good
those.
stuff.
Smash that like button.
Smash the
Yes.
like button.
I'm mostly a Twitch person, not a
That
YouTube person. I'm still getting to
fucking like button.
know the YouTuber speaks.
Yes.
It's very important that the like button is only smashed.
Yes.
It's the
Yeah,
only
click
way.
it, not sufficient.
Not
Smash
insufficient.
it.
Smash it.
The algorithm knows.
Yes.
It knows.
The ritual must be completed.
How hard did you hit that like button?
Right. In Newton's report. So. Yeah, I guess it would be Newton's, right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't know. I'm too tired for this.
Um,
Yeah, force is measured. We're
yes.
good.
Or Jules. Anyway, Jules.
No, that's work.
Yeah.
Energy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's a
Saying
tangent.
things, right. So, you're not tired at all. Why would you say that? So,
We're not tired.
if
You're
you
tired.
really, really like what we're doing and happen to have a Twitch Prime account, which you do if you have an Amazon Prime account, it gives you 1 free subscription a month here on twitch.tv. If you would like to send that our way, we would very much appreciate it. Or if you just want to, subscribe like a normal person, that'd be fine too. I'm not going to judge.
I will.
And
And
remember,
we judge it worthy.
any
Oh.
free subscription you don't use is another $5 in Jeff Bezos' pocket.
That's true.
That's true.
That is $5 that technically slightly less than that, but whatever.
Yeah.
That is money that Jeff Bezos has failed to pay us. We need it more than Jeff Bezos.
We do.
I promise.
You're just saying that because you don't get to go on a space vacation.
It's true. So, anyway, if you really, really like what we're doing, we do also have a Patreon.
We do.
If you want to,
It's very pretty.
support us on a longer-term basis, there are some perks there. The pandemic has interrupted several of them, but we would like to start those up again.
But subscribe so that we
Yes.
can have motivation to get them out to you quicker.
Yes, it
Yeah.
Because we want to get our stuff back up and running real quick. So.
Yes.
Look, guys, I'm going to level with you. I'm a Patreon subscriber. I want them subscriber benefits. We need more. Come on. I need the juice.
Thank you again for joining us.
If you subscribe on Patreon, we
We will
will send
see
you
you.
pickle juice.
That's not a legally binding statement.
Let me tell you, you get a high enough tier and you're like, send me some pickle juice. I will get
I'll
you
do
some
it.
fucking
You ask,
pickle
you ask for
juice.
some pickle juice, I'll send it your way.
Funny enough, I actually did find a really good recipe for pickles recently.
Hey, there we go.
We will send you handcrafted pickle juice. We are committing to that right now. $25 a month patrons, you get handcrafted pickle juice.
Oh, it's not at all gonna blow up in our face.
Not like every month, just like one
People,
turn.
Dave, what are you doing? People will be clamoring for it.
Yes.
Or
Anyway.
the handcrafted juice.
We get to eat the pickles. At the end of it, we're
We keep
just
the
like,
pickles, you just get the juice.
you only get the juice. At the end of it, we're just like, I've eaten so many pickles. Oh God.
$35 a month, you also get the pickle.
HGWS branded.
Anyway,
We gotta get a label printer.
who do you think I am? Anyway, hopefully we will see you again right here next week at 4 p.m. Eastern, here on Sunday on Twitch TV, or on YouTube if that's where you happen to be watching. That's fine too.
Yeah.
But until then, remember, stay safe, take care of each other, and always keep your friends close and your dice closer. Thanks a
Especially
lot,
if they're
everybody.
big.
The big dice
The
closer.
big dice
The
closest.
big dice rolled better.
They do.